What's going on, guys? This is your boy Ghost Rider. I'm glad you guys are actually tuning in. And today's show is going to be a really, really good show. It's about the disaster that's going on with Naughty Dog and Sony. The Last of Us 2 has been leaked, and right now I feel that it could be a strategy move. I feel two different I got two different how can I explain it? I feel like two different ways like this can go and end up. It can end up a bad thing for Sony and Naughty Dog on sales, or this could be a really, really big sale for PlayStation and Sony because they've been irrelevant for a hot minute now. And I'm speaking facts. They've been irrelevant. All they had was a logo and a controller they showed. That's it. They ain't showed no games. They ain't showed no games. So this right now, this leak can either hurt Sony or actually get that game and get Sony rolling. Get that game on even more sales because I know The Last of Us had a big fan base. And within that fan base, this leak actually came out and I know a lot of I seen the footage, the footage out there that they had on The Last of Us being leaked and the plot of the story and stuff like that. But I just feel that before I get into it that some ain't right. Jay Dizzle, what's up, my brother? I just feel that it's crazy playing The Last of Us Part One and getting to understand I feel Last of Us was a good game, but a lot of people blew it up to the extreme, I feel like. And my honest opinion, the game is a really good game. It's a good game. But they try to say it's the greatest game ever, this and that. Nah. But everybody has their own opinion, right? So I just want to say this, man. The Last of Us, it got leaked, man. If this is true that Joel dies, man. Joel dies. And Ellie got broke, bro. Abby is another character. And from what I've seen on the leaks and the footage, the game footage, Abby is a transsexual. I mean, no jokes aside, I know there was a lot of things on Twitter, y'all know out there, you'll probably seen it already, but it that character does look like the guy from the GameStop thing, ma'am. Say ma'am. But yo, all jokes aside, bro, like Naughty Dog is wrong for actually they shutting down I think people's channels, giving them strikes with Sony doing that, and I feel that's wrong. Everybody on YouTube has an opinion on if they we all YouTubers at the end of the day, and if you're a big corporation like that, and if you're salty, how can a YouTuber hurt your sales? For one, it's no way. It's what you do and what you give in your own products and how your plots of your game goes. There's a big fan base for Last of Us, and the way that they went about this Last of Us, because it's been leaked, you can see a lot of things on YouTube on this. It's crazy. Like you got the main two characters, and supposedly they die. Manly person beating down Ellie. I was like, yo, she beat her half to death or probably killed her with that. She was beating her down. And I'm like, yo, whoa, like whoever leaked this, if this was somebody in the studios, this gaming studio of Naughty Dogs, they need to treat their employees better. Like to get footage like that. But on the other hand, I don't know. PlayStation right now haven't had that hot big buzz yet. They haven't showed their console, no games really, but they showed the controller and they did show a logo. But everything is about Microsoft right now. Microsoft is really doing their thing. They showed games, they showed a console. You know what I mean? They showed They took about 12 T flops. They curve stomping Sony right now. Microsoft is doing everything good and Sony's just quiet. And right now, this can be that uproar for PlayStation. Are they lying to everybody that this was somebody from Naughty Dog, or how they found a hacker or something, and they're making believe, but they push the game out because they know the backlash of having a transsexual, you know, in their game, being like strongly you being a transsexual character and putting that out there with Ellie's kissing another girl, going back to part one, for a lot of us when we was doing DirectX with Wolf and Khalad and us, J-Long and us, we didn't kind of like when Ellie was kissing a little girl, young. That's another topic I'm going to get into about that. But, like, to me, I felt like they was pushing this agenda on us. They found a hacker but won't reveal who it was. Sounds suspect to me. That's what I'm saying, Jay Dizzle. It does sound suspect. It don't sound good, bro. It sounds really suspect. I think they just wanted the hype because they're about to launch the game. And don't get me wrong, the game sales, I heard now, blew up even more because now with this gay agenda and the situation with a lot of people with the backlash, Last of Us is a big name now. It's all over everybody's mouths. So we know how this gay agenda thing rose. So now there's going to be probably more sales on that. I just feel that that's kind of shaky. All of a sudden that gets leaked. Gameplay footage. Still people going to buy that game. I know a lot of people are saying they're not going to buy the game. But I just feel like for me as Ghost, with this, I'm just saying, I'm not feeling the game on certain sceneries I've seen in the game. And I got a daughter, and that's just not me. And I raised my daughter not to be like that. So they pretending to be LGBTQ community. That shit needs to be left out of gaming. Yo, on some real, that should have never been in the game. It was never like that before. I'm gonna tell you, yo, Jay Dizzle, we gonna talk. Let me be honest. Remember on Grand Theft Auto, the Ballad of Gay Tony? They put that in there. There was even a Far Cry game with the guy with the pink, the white hair. He was gay. They put that in there. I ain't gonna lie. Skyrim's Skyrim is like my favorite game. I like Skyrim. But you can marry a man in there. You understand? You can marry girl in there. They put that in there. But for me, I feel like, in my opinion, Ghost's opinion, I feel like that shouldn't be in gaming, period. Like, what's going on here? Like, what agenda? Like, I grew up where none of that was cool. You understand? That wasn't cool. Like, since when has that been a cool thing? I never grew up like that. But anyway, getting back into gaming, like, this is crazy when I see that. Like, what are you doing? You got young youths that's gonna play these type of games. It's like you poisoning the kids' minds. Not everybody's with that, bro. You understand me? Like, that's not cool. I'm just saying, in the game, I feel a lot of people feel like me. Yeah, some people, oh, nah, that's bull, bro. I'm not upset at it. The game is cool. But just don't push that and force it upon us and then try to use that gay agenda to have people bashing us and getting at people. I feel that's wrong. Games are supposed to be a getaway. What's the point if they're putting that crap in games? Jay Dizzle, bro. Everything you're talking about is facts, bro. It's supposed to be a getaway. I grew up like that playing video games. You get in your own zone and you get in your own world. That's why they say it's a man cave. When you younger and all that, you in your own zone, you chilling, you relax, you enjoying the game. Picture that happening when we was growing up in video games. You think your parents will let you play that? I'm being honest. So anybody that's grown that's listening out there, do you really think when we was growing up with Genesis, all of that stuff, Nintendo, let's get it. Sega Saturn, let's go all the way back to all these consoles. Do you really think if they was putting that stuff that they doing nowadays into video games, you think our parents would have let us play those type of games, bro? So what's the difference now? We grown. Like, how we letting these people dictate and put stuff in their games and we're buying it? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, other than that, man, the game Naughty Dog, what they doing, I feel like, not to jump out of topic, like the video game, it looked like it's gonna be a good game. And I know a lot of people anticipated this game, but I just felt like what they did was kind of wrong. Jay Jizzle put, bro, if they had Mario kissing Luigi, my moms would have threw that shit out real quick. Word. You ain't saying nothing wrong with that. And Ghost ain't no homophobic because I got family members that you know, they kind of go like that. But hey, I tell them I love them, but that's dumb. And I tell them like, I love you because you family, but a lot of our family don't condone that. You understand? But hey, you do what you do. I love you. That's my family. But other than that, bro, like for the people out there, don't be pushing that into video games like that. You got young kids. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. It's just sad, man. Like that we gotta see video games like this. Like people are into the story. Where it comes with this love life of a girl and a girl and not a transsexual that you playing as. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are they doing? And they saying homophobic and all that. The way, bruh, we the consumers, we buying your games to be talking on Twitter and all that. He's wilding, bro. Like if I was people, they shouldn't even buy that shit. They got leaked anyway. That supposedly the star characters, you know what I mean, died. They died. Really, he got beat. Joel dies and get beat in the head with a golf club, bro. That's crazy. Supposedly he killed when he was saving Ellie. He killed the people in the hospital, and that was Abby's family. So she wanted revenge. But check this out. Dead Rise of Ninja. Nah, that ain't no good story. A lot of people saying they not buying it. I respect that, but supposedly I heard it's high on the selling a lot right now. Supposedly. So I don't know. I'm saying the story ain't no good story, but remember, this could be. What if Sony does this, guys? What if Sony does the Okie, showed it, make believe with a leak to get everybody riled up, and Joel don't die? And Ellie, they change it up. Because with this backlash, they still pushed it back, I think. So what if they had maybe they tried this to see how the backlash would be, and then they're going to change it up and bring out the game? Y'all ever thought about that? Neil Druckmann partnered with the Sarkisian chick, and that's why The Last of Us 2 is like that? Wow. That's crazy. I mean, that chick is buff, bro. I thought it was a man at first. Like, dang, bro. She breaking Ellie's face. Like, and then the young chick, she pregnant. Ellie girlfriend or whatever trying to whack her with the blade, trying to hit her with that razor, and was about to get her neck split. Supposedly she pregnant or whatever. That was sick. That's crazy. I mean, with getting hit in the head like that, she probably lost that baby. This game was supposed to be like a zombie apocalypse, but then again, when you playing it, you see it's not. It's like I give it to them. It's like The Last of Us. Basically, as you playing, you see as other how you say it. There's other people out there still. It's like if that was to happen nowadays, you're gonna have different people out there. You understand? So I understand the plot of the story, but changing it up like this is like a curveball. They just caught everybody with the okie. That will be crazy marketing, right? Yeah, Sony. That's what I try to say in the beginning. Sony could be doing this to get a crazy marketing, hit everybody in the head, and this game be the best seller. Because really, Sony ain't been doing nothing. They ain't showed a PlayStation 5 yet. They haven't really shown no games. They just showed the logo and the controller. So this right here is keeping them. This is a big buzz. PlayStation's out there right now because everything you really look at Twitter and everything is it's all Microsoft. The talk around town is Microsoft. It's not Sony. Dead Rising Ninja, I think that was leaked. Is the game though? You really think that's the real gameplay footage of it? I mean, I don't know. I think maybe it could be, but remember, Sony and Naughty Dog is a great developing studio, man. They can have some up their sleeves and change that up ASAP. Or you think they went too far in? They went too far long. I just feel like that transsexual and all that. Tag, man. When you really get to know these characters, and that's one of the PlayStation games that's I ain't gonna lie, it's good. It's good. I ain't gonna say it's the greatest game ever, because you know how these PlayStation dudes be ODing, but it's a good game. But to see, you know, if I got a PlayStation, I want to get the game. Like I'm not just gonna leave it out there. I'm gonna show love, and just because I do I'm more dominant Xbox. I do got a PlayStation, so maybe I want to experience part two. You understand? But just to have it get leaked like that was just sad, bro. Like like basically the plot of the story is just like it's just thrown out there. Like if this was a real employee or they say that they found the person that leaked it but don't want to say nothing, it got to be a lie because Sony would have sued that ass. Sony's about their business on suing people. They would have sued that person and threw it out there. But for some reason it's not. So I feel like was this done on purpose just to get Sony's name out there and Naughty Dog out there, get everybody talking about PlayStation? Because right now, like, it's crazy. You got people talking about they not even gonna get the game. I heard they took back pre-orders, but then I heard the pre-orders went up. Jay Dizzle said Naughty Dog originally didn't want to do a sequel. I have a feeling they were forced. You really think so? I heard that Naughty Dog was kind of treating their employees kind of bad. Certain employees came out and stated that, like, working too much hours. And they think they all that. You know how it is. Sometimes people get too much air up there, you know what? And they feel like they all that. They're above the world. But I'm saying, if you're going to do a sequel of The Last of Us, don't end it like that, like brutal. Like you just doing your two main characters that got y'all getting like this game was popping that people waited like what 5 to 6 to 7 years to get it leaked out and just what the main characters die for a big diesel transsexuals family members that died is revenge. Yeah, an article came put before they got started on the sequel saying they wasn't sure they wanted to do another. It was supposed to be a one-off game. I mean, hey, if it was a one-off game, that would have been it's a good game. That was a good game, but I think it deserved a sequel, but not like this. To go out 5 to 6 to 7 years to have their fan base like this, I feel sorry for PlayStation fans out there that's really into that. Because when I seen it, I was like, "Dag, bro, y'all really treating these characters like this for an agenda, and then you pushing this agenda in the game?" Or she didn't know why she didn't know she was gay. What? Like that's crazy. Like, oh man, I'm just saying, man, that it's just crazy, Jay and Dead Rising Ninja, like for a leak to come out like this when the game is about sooner or later the game is going to come out this for this generation, meaning 2020. PS5 is coming out. Is this an excuse to push the game back so it can be a PlayStation 5 game? You ever thought about that? Hmm. Can this be an excuse so PlayStation, Cray, Cray Simmons, Gaming TV, man, be careful talking about The Last of Us 2. Yeah, I heard they shutting down people's channels and stuff and giving them strikes. But I'm gonna tell you like this, Cray Simmons. Did, I I just got I always been like that. Ghost been like this, man. Like I speak my mind. Like if they shut my channel, hey, it is what it is. But at least I spoke my mind. You're like sometimes you got to stand up for something, and I feel that's wrong anyway. If you shutting people down for them speaking about something, I just wanted to say that. Like, but I understand where you're coming from, my brother. But is this a move for PlayStation to? Yeah, definitely, Craig Simmons, bro. Much respect to you. You one of the OGs, bro, and I tip my hat off to you, hands down. But I'll tell you this, Craig Simmons, thanks for stopping by. But I want to ask you this: do you think Jay Dizzle and whoever's out there looking in, y'all can hit me up. I just want to know: do you think maybe they did this as a leak just to push back that game, The Last of Us, fix it up, but push it as a PlayStation 5 game? You understand? Because think about it. Everybody laughs at Microsoft and says, "Oh, they don't got no games. They don't." But what lineup do PlayStation have on the PlayStation 5? I hear crickets because it's been a while. Nobody's really talking about the PlayStation 5. Only fanboys on Twitter. You know, you might get the leaks here and there talking about, oh, they doing PlayStation 5's doing 4K gaming. Hey, Jay Dizzle, possibly the PS5 lineup is looking trash. Word. And I'm saying, if you put The Last of Us out as a PlayStation 5 game, it's gonna amp up that lineup. But as being Ghost, I'ma just say, whoa, whoa, whoa. For years, they've been throwing those games. That PlayStation 5 game, excuse me, I'm saying PlayStation 5. But if it was to become a PlayStation 5 game, I'm gonna just talk to these fanboys when they throw it on the list. Like, ain't that really a PlayStation 4 game? Because we heard this for E3, The Last of Us, The Last of Us. And finally, they're going to get in. It's going to get pushed to the PlayStation 5. So that means in all reality, what they had God of War and Spider-Man? That's what they got this generation? And they was talking smack to us for years? I got a lot of ammunition for these ponies. So they better hope that game don't jump to a PlayStation 5 game. They better hope it's a 2020 game for PS4. Yeah, I said that a long time ago too. Sony's just gonna remaster it to the PS5. Yo, it is what it is. They're gonna do that, but I don't want to hit it on the list. That better not be on their list of games because that's a PlayStation 4 game. We're not gonna do that like we let these dudes slide with The Last of Us for a PS3 game and throw it in our face for all these years, and finally they're gonna get it. Yeah, I agree with you. Craig Simmons, Gaming TV. I think they was setting up The Last of Us 2 was getting the PS3 and then purchase as PS5 enhanced until this happened. Now they got to drop it like they should have at first. I do agree. They should have dropped the game because the backlash that they took and losing sales, which I heard they losing sales, but then again I heard they sales picked up. So we don't really know until they really drop this game. But I don't think it's gonna really. I don't think with the backlash it's gonna hurt it. It might. I think it just helped them get more of a sale right now, more sales to that game. And I don't think even if that with the leaks, people still gonna buy that game. That game is gonna do well. I think, in my opinion, that's The Last of Us. It's a big game. That's one of PlayStation's big dogs right there. So I feel, yeah, you know, it's they show too many leaks of the game, and still people gonna play that game. Think about it. Yeah, they show leaks, but just because they show the leaks, it's not gonna ruin your experience. Because everybody that's gonna play the game is gonna have a different experience anyway. when you shoot somebody or you kill somebody in the game, I might shoot the guy in the back of the head. You might go and stab him in the neck. You might go on knife spree. I might go on a gun spree. You know what I mean? You might hit somebody with an arrow. Everybody plays different. That's what makes us all unique. We all different type of gamers as we play these story mode games. They lied. Basically, they said it was delayed indefinitely because of C-19 until it got leaked, and then they instantly found a release date. That's sad, bro. But this the C-19 right now, this cold red, everybody home quarantining and stuff like that. They should have known. Everybody's home, so every YouTuber's on. Everybody's trying to make their money. Basically, streamers, gaming. That's what it's about. And right now, a leak like that, everybody's hype. And for them to, I heard shutting down channels is wrong. You know what I mean? You know they go to bundle the hell out of that game. Yes, they are going to bundle that game. I agree, Ninja. They should, and it probably get bundled on the PlayStation 5, believe it or not. And these PlayStation dudes going to eat it all up. And we ain't never going to hit the last of it. That's Xbox guys. Because I give it to them. God of War was a good game. They came out, like Sony said, out of 10 exclusives, maybe one to make it or two. And Horizon Zero Dawn was one of them. And they bugged out with that one. You're always going to hear Horizon Zero Dawn. So basically, that's one of their bangers that they got this generation. Horizon Zero Dawn. God of War, to me, was the best PlayStation game that came out. Hands down, in my opinion. With the camera view over the shoulder, with the axe, like Thor throwing it, that was unique. With some of the fighting scenes in there with God of War, I like that PlayStation game. That PlayStation game was dope. I give it to them. That God of War game was good. PlayStation had a good game right there. Last of Us 2, right now, it's been leaked, so you know how it is. It's been kind of messed up that it got leaked, but I was just tired of hearing about The Last of Us Part 1. They remastered it. It was a PlayStation 3 game, you know. Now it's Part 2. This is what these PlayStation dudes really was waiting for. This is the real Last of Us. Not Part 1. Part 1 was a PS3. That's a generation. We in a new generation, about to get into the newer generation. You understand? That was their getaway. Oh, The Last of Us, it looks dope. We remastered to try to throw it that they had games when they didn't really have games towards a certain generation. Well, I'm not talking about indies and all that, because, yeah, those are games. But I'm just saying, man, it's weird to me that a game like that big would get leaked. It just don't sound right, guys. Craig Simmons, if you still there, man, Gaming TV, man, what you think about that, man? Do you think maybe Sony did this leak on their own, like, and Naughty Dog? I just feel like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of shaky right now, man. I don't know what to believe. The way it is, man, a lot of people on YouTube channels, big YouTubers, they all sad, man. They are disgusted and mad because they're saying that a big organization is attacking other channels and shutting them down for people's opinions. And I respect that you told me to watch it. I don't know, but I'm just saying that it just don't sound right, man. For Ellie to get broke, for Joel to die like that. Supposedly you play as Abby, a transsexual, and you go and you kill him, man. You kill Joel. And you beat down Ellie and her lover. It does make sense, because Microsoft grabbing all the attention and Sony doing this just to steal shine away from Xbox. Yeah. You know, anything with Sony, let me tell you like this. If Sony came out with a logo and people went crazy, just a logo, they showed a controller that looks to me horrible. The controller's trash. and people went bananas. They could show them a console that looked like a T, anything. They just gonna run with it and go crazy. They starving for something from Sony. They really want to see the games. Supposedly, quote unquote, they about that the games, like they say, these bangers. But I want to see these new bangers. I don't want to see The Last of Us no more. We knew about this game for 5 to 7 years. Jay Dizzle say, yeah, that controller's ugly as fuck. Laugh out loud. Excuse my French, y'all. Cray Simmons, Given TV, said, man, I don't know. It's been a lot of things going on at Sony, but I think this gives the game some more hype. It's already good, which is good. Yeah, it's got a lot of hype. I ain't gonna lie, I got a lot of steam rolling right now. A lot of people saying that it might not sell good, but I'm thinking that's not true. I think this game's gonna blow up right now. Man, they got excited for Godfall. That's coming to PC. You understand me? That's crazy. Let me see who's this. Oh, my brother from another mother.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good, good, good. What's going on, Ghost?
What's going on, Hebot?
Yeah, just there, one day at a time. You know how it is.
It's been a little hot minute, my brother. Yep,
Yeah,
Jay Dizzle
man.
say Hebot.
What's up? What Jay Dizzle said?
He said Hebot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, brother,
Jay Dizzle, if you could, Hebot
what's
said,
the
what's
story,
up?
my man?
Oh, Bob, we was just talking.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was kicking it with Cray Simmons TV, Jay Dizzle, and
That's
we
what's
just
up.
yeah.
That's what's up.
They saying what's up to you, Hebot. And
The
Cray
real
Simmons
brothers in
just
the
said
house. You know how
Godfall
it
looks
is.
trash. It does to me.
Well, like any game that it first shown, they don't really have enough out there to make a real good assessment about it. But from where it looks like, the next gen and it's
Bot,
kind of
1 second, Bot. Your mic.
scale, Yeah.
Your mic started crackling up. I want them to
What's
hear you.
up?
Yeah, your mic started cracking.
Well, I'm trying to get myself into a better position in the house, so just
Yeah.
bear with me. Just tell
No.
me what you didn't hear, and I'll repeat it. That's all.
Yeah. Just start now. I can hear you clearly. What you was just saying. Start it up from there.
Yeah, what I was trying to say was that the problem with Godfall is that they haven't had enough out there showing what it really has to offer. And from what they did show, it basically looks very crass-stale, meaning simplistic. Doesn't really look next gen. So that's why people are getting that, feeling and impression that it looks like trash. And you can't blame them because first impressions are always very important. But at the same time, when it comes to video games, you got to kind of give it a little bit of time. So I'm not going to say it looks like trash, but I understand why people say it does look like trash. I'm not going to get mad at them because I hear them. I get why they're saying that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
But Hebot, now that
Yep.
you're in the room, the big elephant in the room
Okay.
is this Naughty Dog, man. Sony and Naughty Dog, man. The leaks of The Last of
Oh
Us.
boy.
It's a disaster, my brother.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of stuff going on right now. Yeah. What's up? Woof. I saw
Brotherhood.
the leaks. I
It's a
saw the
double.
leaks.
Woohoo!
I saw the leaks, and the only reason why I saw the leaks is because a lot of people know I don't really like The Last of Us because I don't like what it tried to do in certain areas. I don't feel it was original enough. I really enjoyed the concept of the story better with I Am Alive because it was first, it came first, and that's where they got kind of the idea for The Last of Us. And a lot
Yep.
of people may not know that, which was a smaller indie game by Ubisoft. But it was more grounded in the sense that it was a story about a father looking for his daughter. It was a pandemic of zombie apocalypse, right, or outbreak, and he was trying to find her, but it was his real daughter. So all the emotional elements that were in the game with the main character that you play were more realistic. They felt real because it was his actual daughter. With The Last of Us, I didn't. It bothered me and rubbed me the wrong way because I'm a father, Ghost. I know the reality of being a parent, and the idea of having a relationship with someone you just met, especially a teenage girl that's already grown, has her mindset done in a matter of like 3 months to get your feelings to the point where you feel like she's replacing your own daughter, for me, sound not only ludicrous but insulting to any real parent. Because again, it's a video game, but it's grounded in reality. And some may agree with me and some may not. That's fine. So what I'm trying to say is I didn't think the game was garbage, but I think the game was very overhyped. I don't feel it's a
I
10. You know what I'm saying?
said it was a good game. You got people saying you crazy. This game is the greatest game, basically.
Right, right,
You know,
right. And I
that's
and
not
I
taking
not
it too
and
extreme.
I'm not gonna sit there and disagree with them because the truth of the matter is, a lot of these people playing these games now never really been playing games as long as I have. Right?
Hmm.
Let's be clear about that. So they have experiences with these games, and I'll give you a perfect example really fast. Spider-Man. There's been 36 Spider-Man games. Very, very good Spider-Man games. Amazing Spider-Man games, even in the 360 era specifically, right? And
Yeah.
in the Super NES and the Master System and Genesis era. But the thing is, most people didn't play them, right? Because most games that were related about movies or comic book always had that stigma, right, or that perception that they were garbage, that they weren't good quality, that weren't they weren't a high quality. You know what I'm trying to say? So a lot of those people, when they experienced the new Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 for the first time, they looked at it as something incredible because it was very grounded on what we know today as the MCU universe, right? So they're much more familiar. It's like movies. Back in the day, a Spider-Man movie would have been looked at as a joke and would have never made any money. But now it's the forefront of entertainment in the movie industry. Comic book movies are making billions of dollars in with no second thought. You know what I mean? Like you can't even say, "Oh, it's not going to make it," because it
Fistful,
is.
Eba. Fistful. You're right.
Yeah, so it's a big deal right now, right? So when Spider-Man did well, right, it wasn't a surprise because the Marvel fans came out, the casuals came out, the newbies came out, and of course, people like me, the hardcore came out. I've played and owned every Spider-Man game on every system that I've ever owned, right? And the truth of the matter is, I know that the new one didn't really offer nothing new or wasn't as robust as far as combat and gameplay as the new one. The only thing the new one did offer was amazing graphics because it was a brand new next generation engine. So it made sense because the other ones were based off last generation that is almost 15-year-old and 10-year-old hardware. You get what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. So I'm trying to break it down with as much knowledge and as much clarity so people don't be like, you're just a hater, right?
Oh
Because
yeah.
we've been down that road. So anyway, so um, you know, with as far as going on with Last of Us, okay, there's a lot of elements to the situation, right? And I don't mean to cut you off. If you have anything to say, please let me know. Say what you got to say, and then
I'm gonna just read you
uh,
some comments, and then you do your thing, Eba. Right now, I'm gonna put it up so you can see exactly. Jay Digital said exactly. The Last of Us is just I am alive. Naughty Dog has never made their own game, always copying.
right. But see, Jay Dizzle, you have a valid point. But see, Jay Dizzle, what I was trying to say to add to what you just said, the problem is a lot of people don't even know what Last of Us is, and it's a Ubisoft game, right? So they think that when someone like you or me say this, that we're just being haters. So if they didn't play it, I understand why they have such an obsession with The Last of Us. Now, I've always said, I'm not saying The Last of Us is a garbage game, but there were certain things and elements in the story and the game, as far as the game structure, that just were boring to me. They were far fetched. They were absurd. I don't like the gameplay because I feel like it's more platforming than actual action. I feel like the game is more stealth than actually exciting. I feel it has way too many cutscenes with way too many story narrative, right? I feel like it's trying to be more like an episode of, let's say, The Walking Dead than an actual video game. I'm a gamer from the old school mindset. Me, what's more important and first and foremost is gameplay and fun factor. The story, the graphics, the music is all bonus. If they're there, that makes the experience even better, more epic, and more amazing. So this is why, for me, I feel the way I feel, but I could explain why I say what I'm saying. I'm not just going to sit here and be, oh, the game is trash and can't explain myself. Unlike a lot of people hate Xbox, for example, right? And hate Halo, hate Gears, hate Forza, or anything Xbox related, and they'll be like, oh, those games are trash. And then you go and say, well, why are they trash? They have no substance. All they are dumb, stupid, mindless shooters. When anybody that play Halo and Gears knows that they have epic lore and storytelling with a lot of symbolism, with a lot of uh, emotional value, okay, with a lot of heartfelt connection, not only to the characters but to us as gamers and human beings. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I know a person is either a casual or just never bothered to play it, and they're just going like a herd of sheep and following the followers. That's why I call a lot of Sony fans the sheep mind mentality. That's why I use that term. So yeah. So again, Ghost, I don't know if you want to add anything else about Last of Us before I get into it, because I have a lot to say about it.
One more thing. This comment right here. The Last of Us was a good game. I love it. Best
Mm-hmm.
of all time. No, I think the fanboys overhyped it. Prim Simmons said that Game and TV. Then
I mean,
you
if he
got
enjoyed
Ray
it, that's
Star, the
great.
hater.
But I think,
Put him out there. He probably a booger boy. Nah, just messing around. Yo, he bought love
yeah,
Turbo
no,
game.
no, no.
Rain
Oh,
Star.
that's Rohan Star. He's a Nintendo dude. He thinks that only Nintendo games matter. So that tells you the level of mentality that he is. So I don't even take him serious. I know how Rohan Star is anyway. But Cray, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I appreciate it. I mean, that's great that you enjoyed it. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Okay, my point of view is just basically from my point of view, but I could explain why. I don't just go out here and be like, "Oh, this shit is trash," and don't say why it's trash. Unlike a lot of people, Cray, that you've seen it, that they'll say something stupid with no merit, with no real self experience, and be like, "Oh, it's garbage." And then you ask them, "Well, why is it garbage to you?" I'm curious. And then you don't know how to say anything. Oh, look at the Metacritic score. It was a 70 or it was a 40. That's why it's garbage. And automatically, they get an automatic L. Because any person that's basing their experience on a game off of somebody else's review or Metacritics or somebody else's gamer, they're a gamer. Any real gamer judges a game by their own experience. Some love it, some don't. It's called life. It's like foods. We eat some and some we don't. Because I may not like octopus, but my brother Cray may love octopus. You understand what I'm saying?
My Latino.
Nothing wrong
He
with that.
said pulpo, okay?
Yeah, pulpo, exactly. So, but Cray, man, I've always known you love Last of Us. I never, when I see you post that, I never say, "Oh, you're crazy." Never, because unlike the donkeys, Cray Simmons is very classy. Cray Simmons is very respectful. Cray Simmons is a real gamer because he's Xbox and he plays games on other consoles that he wants to enjoy. But Cray don't attack nobody. Cray don't talk shit about nobody. Cray don't make nobody feel belittled or make them feel like what they say has no value. That's why I don't go on there and say, "Oh, you're nuts." But if Cray asks me, "Hey, why do you don't like it?" I can explain it. And that's why these types of shows are a good form of platform, and Craig even himself, to talk and give your opinions in a more personal way, because it opens up the door and people get to see the understanding and the mindset where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Because on texting on social media, that shit gets overboard. Like, you can't text.
Yeah, it is, man. And I did give him a shout out, man, to Craig Simmons, because he's one of the OGs, man. He's been here for a long time, my brother.
Oh yeah, he's OG. Yeah, he's funny as fuck. The man knows how to enjoy life. He drinks. He has fun. He don't talk about nobody. He tells everybody,
Go ahead,
"Nigga,
Mike.
let's get
Speak up.
along. Fuck the bullshit." That's it. Yeah, he's real.
Go ahead.
He's one of the real. But you could tell. You could tell when people are real just by how they carry themselves. Cray, the way he carries himself in his videos, which I'm probably one of the few people that actually watch him because I think his videos are worth watching. And I don't agree with all the things he say because we're not supposed to. But I think he's a good person. I think he's a positive presence for gaming and for Xbox. Because he's an Xbox dude first and foremost, and we don't have a lot of them out there, as you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Craig could play Last of Us and Spider Man, say he enjoyed it, but Craig's not gonna go fuck Xbox. I'm all pony now, like a lot of people have done. He's not fake. He keeps it
Yeah,
real. He's like, I'm Xbox all day. Fuck what you heard. Even if I play Last of Us, and even if I play Spider Man, he's a man that knows what he wants and where he stands, and that's the most valuable thing as a man to be in life. Okay, to be a flip flopper, be weak minded, or be one day one thing, one day be one thing, and the other day be another thing. That makes you look weak. You understand what I'm saying? And then people can't rely and trust on you because you don't even know how to rely and trust in yourself. And that's how I see it, right? Then
yeah,
again, I'm not trying to speak philosophy and I'm not trying to make this educational class in college. I'm just saying this is how Hebot thinks. And because of it, a lot of people think Hebot is mad. Okay, I'm mad, but if you actually sit down and listen to me, you'll understand that I really ain't. I'm just real. It's called experience. 45 years of age gives you that type of experience. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead, Ghost.
all right, all right, Hebot. So basically, the big elephant in the room
Mm-hmm.
is, like I said, Naughty Dog and Sony saying that their game, The Last of Us 2, got leaked, which is all over the
Mm-hmm.
internet, Twitter. Or just put it this way: this is worldwide. This is everywhere, and
Right, right,
everybody's going crazy.
right.
Oh no, because the plot was out there. But, but I just want to tell you this: do you think that Sony had actually said that they actually caught the person that leaked it? But then again,
Mm-hmm.
this is like a double sided coin. You understand? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
this just to get the hype train back on Sony that they did this with the transgender, and or is Sony playing the side like they did it on purpose, leak this to get them out there? You understand? It wasn't they
Okay.
faked it to lie to get it out there to make it seem like it was like, oh wow, The Last of Us, because it wasn't that much hype because Microsoft been taking everything. All the hype's been Microsoft so far.
Right. Yeah, I'm following you. I'm definitely following you. So you want me to give you my lowdown and my take and my ideas, right?
Yeah, yo, bro, the floor is yours. Do your thing. Like I already
Okay.
had mine.
Well, I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna warn you up front. I may be long winded. I'm gonna try not to do no spoilers because I know there's people watching the show that appreciate the game like Cray, and I don't want to ruin it for my brother. Okay, but I'll kind of talk in between so you guys can understand
I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead.
what I'm saying. Okay, so I what you're saying is correct because in a lot of ways it does feel like in a lot of ways it does feel like it could be a controlled leak or a leak that's not controlled because you guys got to remember there is such a thing as good press and there is such a good thing as bad press. And I'm a firm believer that maybe one of the reasons why this started to gain more ground is because these ramblings and rumors have been going around for months now. It just didn't start it the last month. It just got hot and heavy the last months, right? Uh, Ghost, I feel weird. You muted. I like when you go, yeah, yeah. I like when you do that, so you don't have
Go
to
ahead.
mute
Go ahead.
yourself,
Go
right?
ahead. I'm here.
So anyway,
Go, buddy. I'm here. I'm listening.
so it just feels weird. It feels like I'm talking into a sound room and shit. Um, anyway, so what I was saying is, it's just this month that it kind of started getting out of hand, or getting really hot and heavy, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Um, I, whether there's this term, and I'm pretty sure all the gentlemen in the chat and that will come later and listen, and even you have heard this term. Where there's smoke, there's fire, right?
Yes.
There has to be some type of validation to what's going on within Naughty Dog, right? 75% of the original members, right, left. They're gone. whether for whether it was for another new business opportunities to get better pay, better positions, which is cool because it makes sense. If you're in the industry, you want to make more money, especially if you're a professional, you've been doing it for a long time, and you want to grow. And the more you grow, the more money you make, the better it is. That's obviously common sense for any normal human being that's in a profession in the world that wants to keep growing, right? But the thing is that if you look back at all the things that's been going on and being said, it hasn't been different things like what I just said or presented, right? It hasn't been that it said, oh, this person left to become general manager of this developer, or this person became the CEO of this company, or this person left because he got better pay and got a better position. No, it hasn't been any of that.
It
It's
has.
just been, it's just, no, it's just been they left, went to initiative. And then behind closed scenes, what you've been hearing is Naughty Dog's developers have been getting overworked, which
Yes.
they call the crunch time, right? And not getting paid correctly, right? They're overworked, they're annoyed, they're upset. Okay. And the most important thing in a workplace is that especially in something like that, that is such a team based effort, right? Because it's hundreds of people working together, right? In a lot of cases, some cases could be thousands, like on Ubisoft. You have to make sure that everybody's on the same page, everybody's happy, everybody feels close, and they feel like a family. Because if you don't, the work is not going to show once you guys put it out, right? And a lot of remedies have been coming out that it's been that they're trying to go very SJW woke, quote unquote, is the word they use with this new one.
Yeah.
But not only are they doing this, which is already a touchy subject because this is an agenda of political value that's been going on with everything now, with movies, TV shows, with everything, which I feel really shouldn't have place in a movie or shouldn't have place in a video game because these are a form of escapism where we, and I don't even know if that's a real word, but this is a way
I know
that
what
we
you're talking about.
that we
Yeah.
escape, relax our minds, have fun. And yeah, you could put drama in a game and make it a little bit intense based on things going on in reality right now. But when you focus the entire game on one thing and one thing only, and is that whole thing is to push an agenda or to push a message or to be political, then it no longer is a video game. It starts to be a messaging from a group of people that believe in something and they're trying to shoehorn it down somebody's throat, or in this case, the customer's throat, which is basically becomes a propaganda. Okay, because we're the consumers, we're the ones who buy,
Yes.
right?
We are. We are the consumers.
Okay, and I want you guys that listen to this, listen to what I'm saying. Don't come here hating and thinking stupid or thinking ignorant. Listen to what I'm saying. Back last generation is when I got introduced to games like Mass Effect and Fable, right? And I think Skyrim also has it. You
Yes.
can confirm for me, Ghost, because you
Yes.
play Skyrim. I'm not sure. I
Go
could
ahead.
be talking out my ass because I don't really play
Don't
Skyrim.
worry.
It was too long, and I didn't have the time, so
You
I
be
didn't touch it.
marrying same sex.
Right. So anyway,
My brother. You could be a. Just go ahead.
so basically, what happened with those games, right? They added the ability where you can have families, multiple wives, multiple husbands. You want to be gay, you want to be bi, you want to have a wife and a husband. You could do that, right? If you want to have sexual relationships with an alien race, you can do that, right? But the biggest difference from what those games gave you the ability to do that was that it was a choice within the game. It didn't change the game as far as what the story was, the structure, what you had to do, your missions. It didn't mess up the experience, and it respected the audience, which is me, you, and everybody else. So it was an option that a gay person can play the game, a transvestite could play the game, a little kid could play the game, a Christian could play the game, an atheist can play the game, and all types of people can play the game, right? All types, a Scientologist, whatever, right? And that is why it worked. And that's why they were critically acclaimed. And that's why the games were sought after, right? In their own right, right? I'm not saying that they were uh, successful money wise because I don't think Fable sold as much as it should have, right?
Yeah.
because it wasn't for everybody. Not everybody gravitated to it, right? Because of the art style or whatever. But the point of it is, it was there. It was thinking about everybody, but respecting everybody. If that makes any sense, right?
Yeah. Like Skyrim. Like when you wear the amulet Amora, when you go around
Right,
with the amulet Amora, I could look at a guy and he go, "Is that an amulet Amora?" Like
right,
he'll try to throw himself at me. I'm like,
right.
whoa, 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 yeah. I'm the Dover
See,
King. I ain't trying to get up in that. I'm liking that over there. Like it just made me feel awkward a little bit. You know what
right. So, for example, with me, when I played Last of Us, right, and they did the DLC. And remember, when the DLC came out, that's when the Last of Us really did big because that was their biggest game the entire generation of PS3. Not even God of War 3 did well for them. God of War essentially started getting hate. They were saying felt too much like the other ones, that the camera was too far, that it didn't make no sense because he had magic, etc., right? Little stupid stuff that don't make sense because if you want games to evolve, you have to do changes and take risk because that's what keeps it fresh, right? But last gen, nobody wanted fresh, nobody wanted risk. Everybody just wanted a certain type of game, right? Now this generation, everything changes, right? So when I played it, and then I saw they did that DLC where they had the two teenage girls having the relationship, or that were had something or felt something for each other. It turned me off. It got me upset because me, as a father of teenage girls, I didn't want to have to explain that to my daughters, which I had to. That's number one. Number two, I'm a man of religious belief, and I brought my family up in religious belief.
I mean?
And I understand that not everybody's religious, but as a customer, I felt like they forced it down my fucking throat. They didn't warn me. They didn't give me a heads up. They didn't say, "Hey, listen, this has some sexual gender preferences in the description." It just said adult content. That's it, right?
I understand you. I have a daughter too, and I just for me, just seeing that, it just made me feel a little weird. Like, whoa, like that's what I'm saying. And I'm thinking about my little nieces that they play video games. Like, I don't want my niece seeing that. Like,
Right, right. It was just like it was, and the fact that they didn't tell you what the DLC was going to bring got me even more upset and more turned off
it
because
just
I paid my money for the game, supporting it, right?
part
Because it was one of their big titles,
part one,
huh?
she's young and she kisses another little girl. That's what
Well, it's basically teenage, relationship, which has no place in gaming. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
the really
Especially teenagers. If they were women, okay, maybe it's a little bit acceptable, but they were teenagers, right? So that was one of my problems, right?
yeah. You do got daughters, bro. You got four.
But I'm gonna say this again on top of that because I don't want y'all to think that I'm just blasting Last of Us. I also had a problem with Grand Theft Auto 5 because when you get to Trevor's story, the white boy, the white trash, right? What's the first thing the game starts with? He's doggy styling the girl in the fucking kitchen, right? The biker's girlfriend or the biker's wife, right? Then he goes outside, beat him and kill him, right? Like he's a punk ass bitch, right? Whatever. When I'm playing the game, my daughter saw that. My wife saw that. I don't need that in a game. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I don't need. It was like when I saw John Marston in Red Dead. When I seen when he's fucking a chick on top of it, I didn't. Don't need to be there. I know I understand the adult context game, but for me, sexual preference brings no value to video games. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. You see how they did it in the new one, Red Dead 2. You chose it when you went to got the bathing and when you got nurtured, when you went yourself. You went. If you want to have sex, you had. If you didn't, remember?
she
In
scrubbed
the,
it
hou- right, and they showed it, and they don't even really show anything. They just give you the idea, and you know what it is. Just like God of War.
down.
In
Yeah,
God of War, they let you hear the sounds, and then they showed the little statue shooting out stuff to give you the impression that he was coming, right, or he was jizzing, right,
yeah.
whatever.
Take it back.
You get what I'm saying? But they did not show it. They didn't insult the customer or the viewer.
Yeah,
You
because
get what I'm saying?
yeah. Even though that's a little bit, but I get what you're saying.
Why I bring all that up? Because yes, we have loud and we've had games that have sexual scenes and sexual moments, but they've done them with respect to the audience, which is
Yes.
us, the consumer. What I've seen so far and what I've watched and read from this, they're just flat out going, this is what we did. If you don't like it, too bad. This is what we believe in. and that's basically their attitude. Okay.
What's up? What's up, Sega man? He said,
Wait.
"What's going on, my brothers?" Is
Okay.
it a way I
Which
can send him a link? He bought? Is it a way we could do it?
I'm pretty sure the same way classic way, the same way. I mean, if he's there, he'll see it. If he's not, So, like I was trying to say, this time around,
Hmm.
they've been with what I read that this is what we did, this is how we approached it, and if you don't like it, too bad. But the biggest problem is it's not just that; it's that now they went into people's beliefs and
Oh,
religious ideals.
they did.
And yeah. But I'm not going to get too detailed because, like I said, we have viewers that are watching. I don't want to spoil it. And they're pretty much not only showing no level of respect to those things, but even important characters in the game. So that's all I'm going to say because I'm not going to
Oh,
spoil it. I'm not.
it's not that. Craig Simmons said he already seen he already seen them, no problems, meaning the leaks and everything. So you could.
Right. No, but I'm not. But still, for whoever sees it later, I'm not going to spoil it. Okay, I'm not a dickhead. But what I do know is that it's wrong because if pushing religion in schools, right, and this is not video game related, right, is a problem because it takes away the freedom of other kids or disrespects other kids' religions because there's different religions like Muslims, the Jews. You get what I'm trying to say? The
Yeah.
atheists, right? Or the Pentecostals or the Methodist Church or the Baptist Church or whatever, because all kids have different upbringings. It's perfectly understandable. If that's a problem in school, that's something so important in school, then it should be a problem in something that's just an entertainment medium, right? Because that's not what video games and the idea of video games is for. Video games were made, like I said, for escapism, to escape and have an amazing time. So the minute that I seen what they were said, they automatically made me feel, okay, then this means I don't have to buy the game and support it because you made a choice that it's not what the customers want, even though these are the people that made the game big to begin with, even though these are the people that made the game a success for Sony, right? And for as a gaming with the accolades, right, in general, right?
Yeah.
Then now you're trying to say to those same people, well, we're just catering to the woke community or the lesbian community or the LGBT community and screw everybody else, right?
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a problem because you're alienating your own audiences or your own audience, right? And what I heard, because again, all we're saying here, people, is if these rumors are true, because we don't work in the industry, we don't know what's true and what's not. We're just going based on where there's smoke, there's fire, and all has been back and forth. People that supposedly worked and said that they weren't paying them, they didn't get their bonuses, they haven't been paid for 6 months, they've been paying working 18-hour shifts and coming back and they're tired, can't spend time with their families, so forth and so forth. So you got to put yourself in the position of those workers as well, not us as gamers being selfish because we want to game and that's it. No. And the fact that they're now flagging people on YouTube, even though it's not under the guidelines, that people are not doing anything wrong, they're not even showing footage, is a detriment and perfect example that what's going on has to be true, or at least most of it. Because if it wasn't, they wouldn't take it down. They wouldn't have a problem because you have people doing videos talking about it without showing anything, and they're getting flagged, which is basically going against the constitutional rights that we have for freedom of speech on this YouTube platform, right? That's another reason. And then the fact that Neil Druckmann came out and made a little, explanation saying, oh, just because you've heard things or seen certain things doesn't mean it's going to be the whole experience of the game. You have to play the game from beginning to end to really know what it has to offer. Okay? Yeah, fine. But you got to come to understand that it's not the problem. Is not what you're doing with pushing that LGBT community mentality. It's the fact that you're also not taking into consideration other people's feelings and beliefs with other things in life that should never, and I mean never, should be put as a topic of discussion against anybody else's will for with no reason, especially for something like this that's just gaming. Okay, because we're the customers, we speak with our wallets. So if you don't respect me, I'm not supporting you. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I don't have to buy the game, but again,
Um.
did the freaking developers leaked it? Maybe it was somebody that was upset, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a controlled leak. They wanted to see the reaction because again, bad press is good press, and this was told to me by one of my favorite persons in the world here in gaming, but he's not on the YouTube scene, which is Sherman. Okay, from Microbox that used to be with me there, and it's true. It's an absolute truth to that. Um, the same way that I see people that judge the game and rate the game and review the game, and they're people without even kids, right? Because Sony has a tendency to put a lot of kids involved in their games and pushing that parent agenda. When these people that are making it or that review it don't have any kids, and they're trying to tell you what's right and wrong when they have no idea what it is to be a parent.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, and do you think that some of these people ain't want to probably they was getting fired or something like that, let go because they didn't want to, they didn't agree with the transsexual agenda, something like that. You still there, Heba? Hello?
I'm here, Ghost. I'm here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here. I
Well,
just muted myself accidentally. Well, a great question, and I'm glad you asked that because the ramblings are, and I mean again, the ramblings meaning the rumors that are going around because I don't want my boy Ghost to get his channel flagged unjustly, and I don't want the dummies that come later be like, oh, these motherfuckers are over there talking about rumors like it's real because we're smarter than that. We're not dummies. But the ramblings are right from those rumors that Neil Druckmann was either instructed because remember they're owned by Sony, or him himself was he went as far as to divide the teams based on what they believe in, meaning the people that are liberals went on one side, the people that are religious went on one side, and the people that are woke or part of the lesbian community on another side, so that they keep doing their job but without conflict, even though those people didn't feel comfortable doing the game or working on the game under those conditions because they felt like they were being forced to do something that they did not want to do. And if you guys go look at Neil Druckmann not too long ago, he was one of the guys that did a spokesman presentation for that girl that was talking about games not being um, inclusive with women. Her name is Anita Baker, I think it is, or Anita something. That then you find out that it was all BS on her part, but she was trying to push the agenda that women were not inclusive enough, and they were being looked at as superficial only in video games and things like that. And he, did a presentation live on her behalf. And one of the characters he put up there was Cortana from Master Chief from Halo. When Cortana is a holographic pixelated image of a woman,
yes.
half of her body is supposed to look like pixels. So what that they can't really put clothes on her because it would look stupid. It's a hologram. It's a digital AI. It would make no sense, right? So it just shows you how far back all of this started with the agenda of the inclusivity, representation, about people's agendas and things like that, right? So again, it
Um.
it kind of points and proves that Neil Druckmann, right? Because
Yeah.
remember, him and Emmy Hennings, which is the first one to start it, Naughty Dog, they had a fallout based off story issues back, I believe, with Uncharted 4. And probably when they were in talks with Last of Us 2. And she left for that same reason. And I believe she went to do movies, writing for movies. So I forgot exactly what it was. But, and that's where it all started. Now, go ahead. Say what you want to say, and then I'll say what I was going to say. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I just want to say this: like, if one of the plots in there are talking about like Christianity and making Christianity the bad guy, when
Mm-hmm.
it's transsexuals, Abby, it's not. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna do it like this. I am a Christian, and yeah, your boy gross. I gotta work upon myself on cursing, but I am a good guy. I'm trying to stop the cursing and all that. I really don't hate nobody. It's all love. But
Mm-hmm.
Christianity is not
Right, right.
hateful.
We're humans. We're
We're
humans.
humans. We're not hateful. We're just going quote unquote what the Bible says. It is abomination. But I'm not gonna go there. Don't make our religion
Right,
like
right, right,
it's a monster when it's not a monster. We believe in Jesus
right, right.
Christ, the Son of God. That's what we believe in. You
No,
understand?
you don't see Christians
But,
going around
right.
hurting nobody because they're
Christianity is
gay.
not even really,
You
really
don't see that.
the math on it. It's believing in the Son, believing in the Son. That we, meaning not the Son God or nothing like that, but believing in Jesus and following Jesus' way. That's really what Christianity really, really is. You know,
And believing in scriptures that were written many
there's
millions of years
scriptures and
ago.
everything. There's a lot to it.
Mhm.
But what I'm trying to say is for people like that, they poison people's minds. They never
Right, right,
read
right.
the Bible, don't do none of that. And people believe in these things and they corrupt people. I just don't want to get too much into it.
Well, it's just as bad.
It's crazy. Like,
Ghost, it's just as bad as me and
hey,
you doing a
Christians
video
are
game.
bad like that. That's sad. That's not
It,
true.
it's just as bad as me and you doing a video game talking about if you're not a Christian, you're condemned and you ain't worth shit.
And listen, I just want to quote on
You get
before
what I'm saying?
you take over after this. I just want for those out there that I know they are non-believers, they want to talk trash about Christianity. What I mean is, not for nothing. I understand because a lot of people like throwing this out there. Oh, you believing in the white God, the
Right,
white?
right,
Nah, I believe in the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. That's who I believe.
right. Right. Okay.
Have do your history on that. The Most High. That's who I believe in. The God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. That's the real
Right.
Jesus. That's who I believe in. The real God, the Most High. Actually, he came in and saved, and his father is the Most High. Basically, that's the Hebrew God. I'm not believing in and what the whatever the because that's what they're gonna try to throw in there. They the white Jesus. Nah, real Jesus
Look,
is a Jew.
look.
All that, yeah, but I believe in the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Shutting your motherfuckers down. Excuse my language. But other than that, don't put Christians like we bad people, bro. I don't like
Well,
that.
look.
God forgive
The
me if
truth.
God for
The
cursing
truth.
me, man.
The
That's what
truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is, you don't see.
do that and put that in games. Like
You don't see Christians killing
no,
gays or abusing them.
you
Okay.
don't.
They even allow them into the church. Okay. There's no
Of
such thing
course.
as they don't have.
You know how many
Okay.
gay people's in the church that I go to? Like stop.
Right. God, if He has any quarrels with anyone, okay, because nobody knows the real ways to make it into heaven. Only God knows, right? So we go based on our beliefs, right? And what we were brought up and what we believe in our hearts, right? And everybody's different. But whatever it is that we've done wrong or right, okay, and this is always something I've always said. That's why I don't like pushing religion on nobody. Is we'll know once we get into the kingdom of heaven. He will judge us, and we'll know we were right, and we'll know if we were wrong, right? And until then, nobody can really say. But what I do know is this: the reason for us being able to have a sexual experience, which is an intimate experience with someone we love, is basically because it's how we create life. It's how we reproduce. It's
Yes,
how life continues. And I'm sorry if anybody gets offended, but two men can't create life.
I know.
Two women can't create life.
Yep.
It is what it is. Not no Scientology can debate that. Science can't debate that. No Hebrews can debate that. No Baptists can debate that. No LGBTs can be. No one in the world can debate that. There's only one way to have creation: man and woman having a sexual intimacy and creating it. And even when they inject a woman without having a sexual experience, the scientific way is with men's semen that comes from a penis. So, regardless, regardless,
Amen. Amen.
regardless, okay, it doesn't come from a sheep, it doesn't come from a cow, it doesn't come from anything else. It comes from a man's penis, from the scrotum, from the bags, the ball sack, right, so to speak, to keep it G, a rated G up in here, right? Um, that's the only way you can create life. Okay, for those that want to be the, come here later and say, be smart Alex, and be like, but you could artificially inseminate. You don't have to necessarily. Yes, that's for people like a lesbian that wants to have a child with their partner without being with a man, because that's what they believe in, right?
Yeah.
That's for people that can't have kids because they're sick, because their ovaries got damaged or were created where they cannot have children, and that gives them an opportunity to maybe try to have a
Yes.
child scientifically, right? That is why those methods were created, right? Not because God didn't intend it to be a certain way, right? Or the way it is to create life, to produce, right? So so human beings can continue, right? To exist. But anyway, not to get too far into that because this is not about religion.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just pointing out a point, right? So the same way it's bad to do that with religion, it's bad to push any type of agenda, whether it's sexual preference, whatever the case may be. Okay, and all the fingers are pointing at that direction. That it seems to be the reasoning and why a lot of the employees are upset and left. And not for nothing, if 75% of those employers left and went somewhere else, then you no longer have the official real Naughty Dog, right? They're no longer the same Naughty Dog, right? And the problem is that a lot of the people that came in to also work on Last of Us 2, for what was said, right? Um, you know, and then after finish saying, you could go to the comments again because I know people are talking. I don't want nobody to think we're being stupid and ignoring them. Um, uh, the problem with that is that they brought in a lot of movie animators or cartoon animators, which know how to animate but know nothing about making a video game. So, for one of the things that was said by one of the employers was that they had to spend more time kind of crash coursing and explaining to these people how you make a video game because their mind is very different in how you make a game compared to a video, to a movie compared to which make a game. A game is a lot more personal, it's more emotional, intimate because it's feelings, it's auditory, it's visual, it's emotional. As opposed to a movie, you just watch, it's visual, it's emotional, yeah, but you're not doing contact with it. You're not touching anything. That's why it makes video games a little bit more intimate, obviously, and personal, right? So he said that that was one of the big hurdles that they had. That a lot of the guys came in that they were able to hire when people left were animators from like movies and again uh, animated shows or whatever, which is dangerous because if they don't really know how to make video games, that means the game's not going to really have the same maybe polish, for lack of a better term, or the same type of quality. Not because they didn't put the money or because they didn't put the effort, but because the experience of these people working on it that took over the ones that were experienced, they may not have it. You understand what I'm saying? They may not have it because their medium that they were used to working on is completely different to the medium that they're working in now, and it takes time and years and experience hands on to actually get better at it, right? Like anything else. So, um, yeah, yeah, Cray, thank you so much for stopping by. So again, um, I know I've been long winded, but what I believe is that there has to be some type of validation there, right? Uh, that something is going on, and it has to probably be with relations to people's beliefs or religious beliefs or political belief, whatever the case may be. And has it been 100% confirmed? No. People in the industry try to keep it professional most of the time. But if a person went to the extent that they got so mad, where they released those leaks and videos, even though they're claiming they're not, or that there was someone else and they found them or whatever, if there was a person that did it, there has to be a real big reason to do that because you're not going to sabotage your own game. That's number one.
Hmm.
And all those years of working. But if it wasn't a person and it was something that was, according to them, that they found the person like it was out of their control, then it could be that they're just trying to fix the mess and not look like the bad guys by acting like it was someone else and trying to cover it up. And basically, they were the ones who allowed it to see the reaction so that they can clean up the mess later.
Exactly. Maybe, yeah, I do agree. To me, I feel like what you're trying to say right now is with them cleaning up the mess, they might just backtrack and stop the killings on all these characters.
Well, stop the bleeding. Stop the
Yeah,
bleeding rules because
fix it up.
because
Probably had
they're
another. Yeah,
they're fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked because now the perception is there, and now the doubt is there. People are not comfortable. So the game we know is going to sell well because it's their biggest game, right?
Exactly. That's
But
how
it doesn't. But it doesn't mean that it's going to do well critically. That the people are going to rate it right or review it well. It doesn't mean that it's going to sell as good as the first one. That means it might have killed half of their sales right there alone. So, dude, first they said the game was delayed indefinitely. That told me that they were just going to try to release it with the PS5. To be honest with you, right? That's what I think they were trying to do because they don't really have games for the launch of the PS5. I really firmly believe they don't have nothing, just multiplats probably because they blew their head. You know what I'm saying? They blew their load.
they blew their load, right?
Like you said that while back when they showed all those games, they blew their load just to try to get the perception from the people to keep getting people to talk shit about Xbox, and it backfired on them because in the long run, at the end of the day, these games take long to come out, and
Yep.
things happen. Delays happen, mishaps happen,
I
money issues.
remember that he
You know what I mean?
That's
So
great.
now,
Real.
so now they're facing the reality that oh shit, we don't got no games to release. My true belief is that they wanted to release it with the console, which was a perfect sense move and made perfect sense, and I don't blame them for it. But with that being said, what
Yeah.
I do think is they don't have no choice. So then they changed it and now they're like we have to release it, okay? Because they have to fix the problem and try to stop the bleeding.
They got to stop the
And
bleed.
and from a business standpoint, I get it. It makes sense. But to be honest, um,
But I got a
to
comment
to
here.
to be honest, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
To be honest, they should have just released it with the original release date because that also got people upset. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've been waiting 7 years, So, yeah, go ahead, dude. Do what you got to do. Go to the
Got you,
comments.
bot, right now. Forky, thanks for stopping by, man. You somebody new. I haven't seen you. Joel gets his head beat in by Abby with a golf club,
Oh
and
shit.
play as
Oh
Abby
shit.
for the second half
Oh
of the game.
shit.
Now Ellie because she killed Abby's gang members. You are correct. Supposedly, that's what I seen myself. I seen him getting beat in the head with a golf club when he died. That's a spoiler alert. Probably people seen it. If they didn't, I'm sorry, guys. But Forky went out there and just had to. I had to show him love and put his comment up on the screen. At the end of the
Well,
day, yes, that's one of the leaks I seen. So Forky,
well,
I did see that, and I felt kind of sad when you do get to know these characters. Also,
well.
Dead
Here's the problem with Forky. Here's the problem with Forky. To answer him real quick,
okay,
if that's in the game, right? Which is what I saw in one of the leaks myself. He's right. That's one of the most important characters in the game. And if they did it that way because they're trying to justify him getting killed because of something so stupid about not agreeing with transgenders,
trans.
right? When it's supposed to be a post-apocalyptic, it's about me surviving because the world has a zombie apocalypse. Okay, it's not supposed to be about because who's gay or who's religious and who's not. That's a pretty hard pill to swallow, especially for fans of Joel, right? Because Joel is the main star in the game, but now they're trying to flip it and make it seem like it's just Ellie the main star. You understand? So I think it's a bad move, and I think it's insulting to
The gamers, the
the
fan.
fan base, their fan base, right? But again, that who am I? I can't say nothing. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, we got Dead Rising Ninja. It came out that some of the devs wish the
Mhm.
game would fail. That's if that's true. Wow, that's
That
crazy.
what? That came out what?
Dead Rising
That it
Ninja
came out that what?
out that some of the devs wish the game would fail.
Yeah, they did say that. That's what one of the rumors are. He's right. And again, for a developer to be working on a project for 7 years, right? That is their bread and butter, right? To feel that way, there has to be something really hurtful, keyword hurtful, going inside internally that would make a person feel that way. Because if I'm working on something, I don't want to fail, and I'm not going to sabotage it. But if you go to that extent, bro, there's something really wrong there.
Yeah, there is something wrong.
Dame la pastilla, por favor, bebé.
You're about that means within their own studio they didn't have really that structure. They didn't really have that, you know.
Girls,
Yeah, yeah.
you're a working man. I was a working man for many years myself.
Teamwork. You gotta have.
And you know, it's not easy working with people.
No, it's not. You get lazy people. You get people that that's
All
lazy.
types. All types.
Yep.
If you're in an environment
You get people that's not reliable.
where not only the people you work with, but not only the people you work with, you clashing with because you don't have the same ideals or the same beliefs or the same behaviors or way of living life. But you got the supervisors, the superintendents, the owners, the managers clashing with you too.
Yep.
That's not a recipe for success. That's a recipe for danger. It's a fine line because not everybody has the patience to deal with certain things. Some people deal with things differently than others. Some people can take so much heat and stay fine. Some people just one little thing you do wrong, they want to fight. They could kill you.
You got
That's why
people.
you seen people do that. They lose their job, go into their job and shoot everybody out.
Yeah,
You
there's
seen it.
take pressure. And
You
pressure.
seen it. You know. So that's why I said it's dangerous because you have to try to respect and keep everybody comfortable, and not just think about the company, the product only, and that's it. You can't do that. You want a good product, you got to have the people that work for you and around you to feel like they want that to be part of that good product. You get what I'm saying? Um, and again,
Yeah.
uh, if something like that is the truth, and it was somebody internally that sabotaged their own game, and like that Forky guy, and what was the guy you just mentioned right now? And the guy's name,
Dead Rising Ninja.
Dead Rising Ninja. If what did because Dead Rising Ninjas brought up a point that is absolutely true. They did say that, and that's been going around as one of the biggest rumors. If that is real, that is a very telling situation. And not only that, the trust goes, the trust that the people have for Sony and Naughty Dog. Remember, that's their biggest developer, their most renowned and accolade developer, right? If the trust is no longer there with their fan base, it's going to be dangerous because that means they probably won't care about none of their games anymore because the trust is not there.
You gotta have
You
that.
see what you see what I'm saying? You see what they did with Halo, even though it was taken out of context.
Do you think right now? Oh man, hold on 1 second.
That's all right.
Sorry about the sirens in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I was saying, man, the sirens just messed me up. Sorry, man. Oh
Happens though. It's called real
yeah,
life.
and I just had a good. I was gonna ask you something good.
Do you think? It's like I was talking about the trust within the people, and you said, "Do you think?"
The trust within the people. Do you think?
Remember, I was saying that the people that trust Naughty Dog might not have the same trust no more, and might
Oh,
not want to buy their product no
do
more.
you think the new people that's taking over Sony
Mm-hmm.
a lot to do with it? That's why a lot of these developers from Naughty Dog and stuff like that went and signed contracts with Microsoft and got hired by Microsoft. These great developers from Naughty Dog.
What do you mean? Like
Certain people
you?
from Naughty Dog left Naughty
Yeah.
Dog.
Are you talking about the ones that left
Yes.
Naughty Dog, or are you talking about the ones that came in to replace the ones that left at Naughty Dog?
No, meaning like, all right. You see how Sony demoted Yoshida. You see how Sean Layton and them, how everything went about with Sony changing up. And look at the
Mm-hmm.
backlash that just caught now. And a lot
Mm-hmm.
of devs going around saying, talking bad about Naughty Dog. There was developers, ex-developers.
Right.
A lot of them are signing with Microsoft for big AAA studios, getting into these studios because they
Mm-hmm.
all have talent. So could it be that with Naughty Dog being too working them too hard and stuff are losing great developers? And that could it be that?
Okay. If it again, if the ramblings and the rumors are real, if It's absolutely could be yes. It could be that they left because they were worked overworked. They were tired of not getting paid correctly. They were probably upset because their religious beliefs were not being respected.
Expected, right?
Their political beliefs were not being respected or considered. They probably didn't like the idea of working separately or individually because of their religious or political beliefs. It could be all of the above. That's the best way I can say it. And again, I don't want to hear nobody in the fucking social media saying, "Oh, this is what he about went go around saying." No, this is if those rumors and articles are true. I believe it could be a little bit of all of the above. Yes, um, because it makes sense. We're all human beings at the end of the day. And that's the most important thing. We're human beings at the end of the day, and no one wants to feel uncomfortable, hated, manipulated, unappreciated. So again, if the rumors are true, because there still are rumors, I've never said they were real. Okay, then it's a possibility that all of those things paid um, played a role in a lot of them going to Microsoft. Some of them went to Ubisoft. Some of them went to like other companies to do their own thing. It is a possibility, absolutely, without a doubt. But
Okay.
again, only and if it's because of what those rumors were. If
And
they're not, and
you
if
just speculating about these rumors and leaks that went on.
I'm just talking about it as if the
Attack-
rumors were real.
Nobody
If the
attacked.
rumors were if
God,
the rumors were real,
attack me. We all got our little opinions in there. We bringing up opinions is like a bow. We all got
well, I gotta do it because we're the ones that get attacked first.
one. Hmm.
We've always been attacked. We've always been attacked. Oh, that you're corporate slaves, that you're ex twats, that you just talk shit about Sony because you don't like them. When it's never been our messaging. Our messaging has always been, and I'll say it again, and it's sad that I always have to say this when we do a show. We call out bullshit when nobody else does it. You don't see other people that are bigger on the Xbox community doing it because they're just worrying about the perception of their channels
Yeah.
and how they look to their fan base. Because most of these channels that are bigger, that have a bigger following, they have neutral followers, meaning they have the hardcore and they have the casual and then the ponies, right? Or the Nintendo. They want to always appeal to them because if not, they're not going to get the clicks, the views, and then their money's going to get fucked up. Let's be real,
Yep.
okay?
Sega
And
Man.
that's why I'm doing.
Go, I'm sorry
What's up?
about you.
No, no.
Sega Man just said this. He said he
Oh,
about.
Sega man, what's up, my brother?
I seen the
That's my brother.
videos you made on
Love
your
that
channel
dude.
earlier, my brother. I agree with you 100%.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I love that man. That man is so unappreciated in this
We
community.
do
Let me
got
tell you.
Dirt Gritty. Shout outs to you,
Dirk
my brother.
Giggity. Yeah, what's up, Dirk Giggity?
Man
Another good
up.
person. Yeah, 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 for sure. So
Thank you for stopping by.
yeah, another good dude. Yeah, absolutely, another good dude. He does some funny videos because him and his daughter clash because his daughter is a PlayStation head and he's a Xbox head. He's a
Oh,
good guy. Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah, yeah. So again, like I was saying, I appreciate that, Sega man. I always said you're very underappreciated and you're one of the root gamers that know gaming from where it started in the streets as a culture. When back in the day when we were playing pong in the laundromats, you know what I mean? We are where why video gaming is where it is today. A lot of these dudes that rock out, that are older. People like Cray and I believe Kurt Diggity too. I think he's older too, and our age range too, my age range anyway. Because Ghost, I know you're a little younger, but and that's why we can tell the difference when there's BS going on. Because we call out BS. We don't just talk about things within console wars because console warring is like when you root for your team. It's always been there, and it's a normal, healthy thing to do as long as you don't disrespect people, treat people like crap, or treat people like they're beneath you, right? And take it too far because there's a way to doing things. And when you see fans fighting, like here in New Jersey, when there was a fight between the New York Jets and years ago, right, a couple years back, and the Giants fan, and one of the fucking fans, I think, for the Jets, I think it was, or maybe it was the Giants, threw one of the fans over and killed his ass. That's ridiculous. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay,
that's
that's
true.
just where things get to a point where it's just plain out dumb. Okay, we all can be passionate for what we like, and we could all push something that we like and speak on it. But it's a difference between doing it just for the sake of doing it and trolling and never really have a real reasoning, than having a reason, speaking about that reason, showing the evidence, speaking about the evidence, and putting your point across to your audience, letting your audience know, listen, I say this, but this is the reason why. So it's not like I'm saying this and it's because I'm trying to be a hater, or because I don't care, or because I'm trying to be careless, or because I'm trying to start stuff all the time within the community. No, it's not that. It's because there's not too many people out here calling things out on the other side of this fence when it comes to Xbox, or even with Nintendo for some for example. But when it comes to Sony or Nintendo, you'll see that there's always that biased behavior or that biased mentality, or that, oh yeah, Nintendo's great, or Nintendo's and Sony's great. And in reality is these are the two companies that, one, have never done nothing for gaming except Nintendo, right? And I'm talking about Sony. And two, that are very anti-consumer to the fullest degree. Okay, to the fullest degree, like they can't be any more anti-consumer. And when I say anti-consumer, for example, I mean Nintendo. I have the Nintendo Wii, the Nintendo Wii U, right? I have a plethora of games I bought in the digital market space with them for both consoles. That digital marketplace is the same one they use for the Switch. But yet I wasn't able to bring none of my digital games over, even though I owned them, the way I did with Microsoft with the backwards compact program that they're doing now with OG and with 360. That's what I mean by anti-consumer. They resell you the game over and over again because they add a little bit of characters, or because they have one extra level, or they add some new modes. They sell that shit to you again for the same price. People go buy and buy it and act like, yeah, they're the best. No, but then they want to hate on Microsoft when, if you already own the game, all you do is put it in, it automatically reads it, and it even enhances it for free in some cases, and you play the game. And if you never played it, now you have a reason to go back to visit it because you're playing it now in 4K, for 60 frames, which is a kind of like a better experience because it's like a PC experience. So for me, that's my problem when it comes to that. The same way people, oh, Game Pass is shit. No, Game Pass is not shit, because Game Pass doesn't take away your rights as a gamer to buy a game. Physical medium is ownership, and if you want to own it, you can still buy physical or digital. It's your choice. The problem is with people out here, they seem to understand that it's not about me, it's about we. Gaming is a social thing. If you have Game Pass and people don't have the money because they're financially stable, Game Pass is a fantastic option. Maybe some people play games, but they don't care about owning them. They just want to play them, the new stuff, and and some exclusive. So them paying $10 a month makes it better for them, even though it comes out to be more money long term. But for them, that $10, $5, or $1 a month when they renew is a lot easier for them. They still experience the game and they still get to play it.
Yeah.
So, that's how you look at it. And then when you buy the game through Game Pass, you still get a nice percentage off. So it's not like you're buying at full price either. They give you a nice percentage. But I tell people all the time, the dangers with physical media and digital is they're both needed, because if you ever lose, like for example, the other day there was online dropped completely everywhere in my hometown, right, in New Jersey here, and nobody was ever able to get online for like 3-4 hours. When you have a game physical, you can play that game and you don't need that online, especially if you already have it installed in your hardware, right? In your hard drive. You do not need it. You can play it. And that is why physical medium is still important, because you could get your achievements once you go back online. You won't get them right away when you're not playing, or you're playing offline rather. But that doesn't kill the experience of you playing the game. You're not held back because there's no internet connection, because technology is not reliable. Technology is a hit or miss. It's not something you can rely on all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell people, and they're like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, Eva. You're just trying to push that digital agenda because you're an ex-twat. No, that's not why. I'm just trying to explain to you the
It's a good
differences and
value.
why.
See, that's Game Pass is a good value. For
Oh, yeah.
look, I'm gonna explain something to you too, about. They're gritty. Yep, he says. Yep, I'm 43, bro. Shout outs to you, grown man gaming, baby.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But
Like I said, he does funny videos with his daughter.
yeah, what I want to be honest. Like Game Pass is a great value. Let me tell you something. Black
Right,
Swan
right.
does not
Yes.
like basketball, and he
Yes.
would never play that game or buy it. He would never buy that game. Period. Hands down.
Yes.
Now
You give
he's
me an example right now, right?
yeah. I'm giving you an example. And Black
Yeah, yeah,
Swan
yeah, yeah.
playing NBA 2K since he tried to
Yeah.
play with me and my cousin. We playing and we playing on my career, but we in the neighborhood. We on the
Sí, dame la pastilla, mi amor.
and Spartan was like, "Hey guys," he put it on. He downloaded the game. He got a little frustrated. He's been going through it, the hard tribulations on playing my player, but look, he's enjoying it. He would
Yeah,
never
yeah,
spent the $65 or $85 or even $100 and something dollars on that game. And look,
yeah.
through Game Pass, he's really enjoying that game.
Because Game Pass is about discovery, Ghost. That's why a lot of these games are getting a second wind.
You
How
know, he
many
got
people?
2 million
How
subscribers,
many
right?
people? How many people? When they put Rise on the Rome, when they put Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, how many people didn't go back? Saw the game for the first time, didn't buy it because they were just listening to the negativity about oh the game's not good because it's 720p, or the game's not good because it's too short, or the game's not good because it's an Xbox game, whatever. I'm giving you the examples. And they actually went back, played it because they didn't felt no, like they were tied by the hands. There was no consequence that came behind it. They know they go in, they play it. If they like it, great. If they don't, they don't. And you know how many people I've seen in my timeline putting up Sunset Overdrive gameplay, saying, "Oh my God, this game is fantastic! I never knew this game was this good. I should have played it right in the beginning. I don't know why I listened to people. I should have played it." Same thing with Quantum. Same thing with Rise, Recore, Ori. All these games, and even the smaller indie games, like right now, like a Streets of Rage 4. You know what I'm saying? Streets of Rage 4 is something that not everybody's going to look at as a game worth playing because it's not a AAA valued game to them. They're more inclined to the new stuff like the Assassin's Creed
But
or
wait,
the
wait,
or the Battlefronts. You know what I'm saying?
keep it real here.
Hmm.
How does a AAA game define you as a gamer? Playing all kind of games define you as a gamer, man.
Right, right. No, the
That's
AAA, the value of a game.
just because look that game right there. You
Hmm.
can like that game, and it's a lot of other people that like it. But
Hmm.
these people got this narrative that if it ain't a AAA, then you ain't a gamer. Like you know what I mean? Like what?
Well,
Like
the first thing you gotta look. The first thing you gotta look at is what is the meaning of AAA. AAA just means how much money was spent to
big
make that
budgets,
game.
yeah, big budget
So
games.
if a game so if a game costs $100 million and one game costs $5 million to make, that's what makes it a AAA, or that's what makes it a single or just an indie game. But it doesn't make it a game not worth checking out. You see what I'm saying?
I say it as we all gamers,
Because
man. Enjoy gaming.
once
You know what I mean?
if right, if a game is fun and plays fantastic, and it holds you in, right? It engages you where you get the interest and you don't want to put it down. That means it's doing its job. And that game could have been a $5 game on the indie space that you just bought on a sale. It doesn't have to be a $60. Now, am I saying no? That's what we got to concentrate. No, because I understand we buy these expensive, newer hardwares that have power to get games that deliver on that power, that not only look good, play good. I get it. Yes. But if the game looks good and it has beautiful graphics, fantastic animation, even a good story, but when you start to play that game, it's boring. The gameplay mechanics feel clunky. You're not having fun. Guess what happens, Ghost? No matter how good the graphics are, no matter how good the story is, you're not
Yeah,
gonna play the game.
yeah.
It's gonna lose your interest. You're not gonna play it.
That's what happens with me. It got to have a good story. A lot of times with games, to me, that catches me. It got to have something that catches me. Look,
Yeah,
I've been
but the
playing a lot.
gameplay is
I
something.
just
The
brought that up.
gameplay is something that catches everybody always,
Yes.
right from the beginning. Because if that was the case, we would have never played Pac-Man, Tetris, Pong,
Oh, I
Donkey
was
Kong,
a kid growing up to stuff like that.
Galaga, Sinister. We would
Wow,
have never
you said
played
Galaga, my
none.
favorite game.
Centipede,
Galaga.
Millipede, Missile
Oh,
Command.
come on, you just
None
said
of those.
Millipede.
None of
Stop
those
me, man.
games.
You've been taking me back when I was a kid, boy.
Right. None of those games
Oh,
would have ever made
I,
and stand the test of time. None of them. None of them. Mario Brothers in the arcade, not the one that went to the NES, but the arcade version. None of them. Donkey Kong. those games would have never went anywhere, and gaming would have been never been the thing. We would have never had video games today as we know it.
Yeah,
If the gameplay wasn't important, none of those games would have been the marquee
that's a
hallmark
piece of
for
history.
gaming.
That's
Those
history.
are those. That is the
History.
stem of gaming.
Yeah,
Pong was the very first successful video game. Not the first video game as a whole, but the first successful mainstream video game. The one that put video games on the map. So
mm,
without that game and without that experience, gaming wouldn't be where it is today. So that's why I tell these guys when I say that, it's not that I want Xbox to do better games that have visual graphics splendiferousness. No. I want Xbox to do games that have good graphics, but that have the meat of gaming, good gameplay and fun. But if they're gonna do games where I see, and that's how I feel with a lot of Sony games, where I play them, they look nice, they got great stories, or nice stories, or decent at least. But when I'm playing them, I feel fucking bored because there's no difference gameplay mechanics. Just more is more about the talking, the walking, the simulation, the platforming, and there's no real gameplay. You're not catching my interest. I'm playing it and it feels like a chore instead
yeah,
of me having fun. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason why I've told you I don't like open world games. Because even though the idea of open world games is amazing, it's hard to create an open world game where you're gonna keep people interested because most of the structure for open world games is based off what? Quest, fetches, right? Fetch
a lot.
quest. And
Yeah,
a lot of the fetch
right.
quests for you to gain and grinding, right?
You got to
So
grind.
in order for you to do that, you got to do all these stupid fetch quests over and over. And by the time you do the 100th one, the 100th time you do that fetch quest, you don't want to play the game anymore. It's like you're playing it just to beat it because you invested, but you don't even really care anymore. You don't feel the fun. And anybody that tells me that's not true, either there's something wrong with me or there's something wrong with you. Because I know I'm not retarded.
I,
Okay?
yo, check
I'm
this out, about. I got into a game called Mounted Blade Warband. Part
Yeah, I
two came
remember you
out.
told
It
me.
took like 7 years. And look, that's a PC game, and I've been stuck on that game. I remember as a like, I went like
You
a
you PC pony, get out of here. Bye.
yeah, yeah. Yo, look, you ain't crucifying me, but I've been stuck on that game playing Xbox.
Get
I
out of
was
here,
so
you fake.
bad that they
See,
don't.
he's a fake extrovert. Get out of here. Fucking play
Yo,
PC.
I'm
What's
looking
wrong
for
with
like
you?
Mountain Blade Warband 2 or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
I
that,
got you.
right? Yeah, it's something else. On PC, and they said they never gonna bring it um
Consoles.
to consoles, and I was mad like that. They said it took 7 years just to put that one on it, and that
Yeah,
one they
yeah,
got the
yeah.
graphics as the newer one. I'm like, dang, but yo, it got because I like if you know Ghost, Ghost likes sword
Well,
fighting games like that. I like things like
Skyrim has been your favorite number one
yeah,
favorite game.
anything like
You've always said that,
Skyrim
right?
and with swords and all that, and like the Norse mythology and all kind of stuff. Like I do like things. The Romans, you see, I got hype over Rise Son of Rome. I like that
Mm-hmm.
type of style of games, so it keeps me
Mm-hmm.
interested. That's why you see me playing that game. I gotta conquer
Right.
the kingdoms, but that game is really good. But I'm not that. I'll save that for another day. But I want to say shout out to Dakota Vodka. Thank you for stopping by. You got
Oh,
everything
word.
on
What's up, Dakota? How are you, Papa?
Yo, what's up? Dakota said this. He
Long
said
time
Game
follower.
Pass got my kid from just playing Minecraft and Roblox since she got a hold of Outer Worlds and she loves indies,
There it is. There
iddies,
it is. What we were just talking about.
iddies.
There it is. There it is.
It's
We
all
were just
about the
talking about
fun
it.
factor, man. And for them hitting over, I think 10 million subscribers, I gotta give them a hand for that one. He bought like
Dude, it's a salute. It's an
it's
accomplishment
it's
within
an
itself.
accomplishment. A lot of people
Because
can't
everybody
afford
said,
this.
oh, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get us wrong. Obviously, the engagement has grown even more faster because of the situation we're in. And yes, once things get back to normal, the casual people that really don't care about gaming, they're just caring about it now because it's something to do with their family and friends. Yes, they'll go back to their normal ways. We know that. Okay. But the point of it is, it just proved what I've been saying for so long. Gaming is not just a toy, it's not a hobby. Gaming is a cultural mindset, it's a way of life. Gaming has saved people from the streets, from going to jail, from getting killed, from getting into trouble. Okay, this is the real street talk where gaming came from. Video game socialism, like we know it today, or socializing, like through the internet, started in the streets when we used to go to each other's house after school from the playground talking shit. I'm gonna beat you in that double dribble on the NES. Or whenever we used to go to the arcades, put up the quarter, say I got next, which is why my
NBA champ.
podcast is called We Got Next,
Easy.
because you challenged each other, and if you didn't like it, you went outside, had a fight, and went back and played it again until you squashed the shit. Okay, gaming started in the arcades.
Yeah, back then.
Okay, without those things, gaming wouldn't be where it is today socially. Okay, the only difference is now that because it's social, anybody can discover it. So they come in, right? And they go and do stuff, and they're not real rooted gamers. So they want to tell the people that've been here since day one that built this entertainment format and platform that they don't know what they're talking about, or that they're crazy, or that they're old, or your way of thinking is old. No, it's not. It's because I know. I built this. You did it. You know what I'm saying? So when people told me, "Oh, you ain't no real gamer, you don't like Rohan Star came in here and was like, yo, you know, you like horrible games. Yeah, man, dude, what are you talking about? You playing the same game, Mario Brothers, for the last 40 years, and nobody say nothing to you. So what you care?
Princess
What
ain't
I'm
even
playing.
married. Luigi still running
See
around.
that, but the difference between somebody like Rohan Star and me, right? Hey, what's up, Mr. Kima? I see him in the party chat or in the comments.
Yeah, Mr.
Um,
Keelan said third-party publishers are choosing Xbox Game Pass over PlayStation now.
yeah,
Fact.
yeah, because it's because they get paid up front, Mr. Kima. You know this, so it's better to get paid up front and make it something that it's what you call it. When something is guaranteed, right? Make it they're getting guaranteed money up front, and then depending on the downloads and how many people buy it after the downloads, they're still getting a percentage over that. As opposed to right now, let's say Streets of Rage, right? Perfect example. Streets of Rage, it may sell on the Switch because you could play it on the go, right? But I don't think it was going to be as much engagement on the Switch and on the Nintendo or on the Sony PlayStation 4 as it is on Xbox. Because on Xbox, everybody's going to play it because the mindset is, well, it's free. It's on Game Pass, but it really isn't because we pay for that service. You understand? So engagement wise, I think you're going to see people playing it on Xbox way more than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because on Sony's platform and on Nintendo's platform, you have to buy it. There's no excuse. There's no option. There's no anything. You can't even rent that shit because freaking what is it? Now, I don't know if it was GameFly, but I know Redbox. They already stopped renting games because people were stealing them.
Of course.
You know, so there's no blockbusters. You know what I'm
Blockbuster,
saying?
bro.
You can't just rent it out for the night. No, even digitally. So that's why I think those developers, to Mr. Kima's point, or or even Dakota Vaca's point, are flocking to Xbox Game Pass so fast, and I think that's what's making it grow so fast because the value is there. You understand? The value is there. People see day and date games that came out, like that new game that came out, Man on the Moon, right? It's like a psychological thriller. It's a astronaut on space. Game is fire, even though it's simple because it has beautiful music. It has a lot of good atmospheric feel to it, and it's like 25 $30 if you want to buy it, but it's on Game Pass, so you can play it and use that Game Pass access as a structure, like a demo to try out. And if you like it, guess what you think is gonna happen? Motherfuckers are gonna buy it. People are going to buy it. Excuse my language, because I want to keep this show where everybody can come in and enjoy it. So forgive me for that. But you can buy it and they're gonna enjoy it. And the probability of them buying it and enjoying it is higher because once you like something, you want ownership and you don't mind owning it. And that's where it's playing in Microsoft's favor.
Yeah.
When they said 10 million over 10 million, I was like, no fucking way. In less than 2 years, and there I go again with my cursing. Jesus Christ. No, in less than 2 years. Really? That is amazing. Remember, PlayStation now has been out since the PS3 era, right? And they just hit over 1,000,005 or 1,000,002 subscribers. And you know why that was, Ghost?
Whoo, that's crazy.
You know why that happened?
That was a ooh, that's
Why
crazy.
did that happen? Why did that happen? Do you remember?
Traded it out, and it went to place. It went to PS4, and it's just in a
Right.
million.
We're about to end the generation of PS4 and it started on PS3 and it just started. It just hit a million, a
Bro.
million three, a million two. But why? Why did that happen? Because remember they were at 700 something thousand stuck. Why do you think that happened?
Whew.
Do you know or no? Or you don't remember?
I'm gonna tell you like this. But PlayStation now was they charging people money basically.
No, no. But I'm
Right?
saying, do you remember why that jump just happened?
No, I forgot.
Very simple. They put God of War in there and they put Uncharted 4.
You mean like that? I'm sorry. I thought you was meaning like the play. Yeah, when they put
Why
God,
the numbers jumped?
it
Because they
went up.
just put,
uh,
yeah.
those exclusives. They put the exclusives in there, the ones that people want.
Hmm.
That's
And
what it's
people
all
that did,
about. If they was to put those games day one, like when they
that's
come
all. They
out,
make a killing.
yeah, they're gonna fly up there on their sub counts.
They're gonna
Trust.
make a killing. They're gonna make money. They're gonna.
You got people out there that be like, no, PlayStation ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna go with the times. They're just gonna wait. They're gonna get all the sales first because everything sells. They're not thinking
Mhm.
about other gamers. They're selfish. They thinking about themselves. They're not thinking
People
about
don't realize,
they can't afford it like that. But yeah.
Ghost.
Hmm.
People don't realize that you can sell a service for $1 and get 100 million people come for $1, and you're still making $100 million a month with those people, as opposed to getting 100,000 people pay $10 a month or $20 a month, and you're still gonna make that million, 100 million, but it's less people. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Oh yeah, of course.
It's better to get the attraction of more people because then more people will come. Word of mouth gets bigger. And those people, more likelihood of them subscribing again or renewing is very high because they're happy with the
And
product that you're giving them.
gets
And these guys have it twisted because they don't know business. I don't know what it is with this generation that these people think that because they're in the gaming industry and are gamers, right?
hmm
That they're somehow business gurus now. Okay? I don't know why they think that, but I see all these dudes, a lot of these dudes. Oh no, that's stupid. Like you said, they got to sell those sales right up front.
yeah.
No, do you really think a million people is gonna go buy God of War day one, right? As opposed to a million people going to play Halo 5 Infinite on day one. If God of War 2 came out on PS4, right, on PS5, the same day as Halo 5 or Halo Infinite, Halo 6, I guarantee you more people will play the Halo because they're going to be engaged through that Game Pass as well. You're going to have 5 million people playing Halo 5 or 6 while you have only 100 million people playing God of War because they had to pay for it full price. And it is what it is. Okay? It's
Yeah.
about engagement and discovery. Game Pass is about
Right. But
discovery.
for y'all down in the comments section, I
Hmm.
would like to hear this. And you can shine in like tomorrow and check the comment section out. I just want to ask anybody that lasts this long to
Hmm.
hear us out. But I got a question for all of y'all, even right now. Sega Man, Dakota, everybody, the people that's watching right now. If
Hmm.
Halo drops, and let's just say the new God of War drops, a new Halo and a new God of War drops at the same time, made by, let's just say, made Bungie, Microsoft signed Bungie, and Bungie made this Halo. All three,
Hmm.
4-3 make Halo, right? And they drop on the same day. Who would sell? Who will sell the most on that day? Hard copy,
Hmm.
not Game Pass, not PS Now. I'm talking about who will sell the most games.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, as much as God of War, I love it, even though I didn't like the new one as much. I don't have no doubt in my mind it would be Halo. But my question was based basically because of the fact that it'll be on Game Pass and not be on PSN now. The engagement, which is the people, is going to be a lot higher, and the probability of those people buying the game because they like it, because it's on Game Pass and you have the ability to buy it for a discount price, is a lot higher. You understand what I'm trying to say?
No. I know that. That's why I took it out of there using
Mm-hmm.
the PlayStation mindset.
You're saying just straight
Yeah,
up the old school
straight up.
way, the old
Old
school
school
way.
way. Let's go. We going
Mhm.
for the bang for the buck. Holiday season, same day they drop. Who's gonna
Right.
put the most
Uh,
You know what I mean? The most
Yeah,
sales.
yeah, yeah. You want the opinion from the audience. I got you.
Audience opinions. I want
Hmm.
your
Hmm.
PlayStation fanboys out there to answer your boy Ghost, and I want your Xbots, the Xbotians out there. You already know. Do your thing and let me know on who will sell the most games.
That's a good question. I mean, realistically, based on history, it's going to be Halo, without a shadow of my doubt.
Everybody, yo, that's gonna be a tough one.
But because God of War has gained some ground this generation
Yep,
with the popularity, it's a good question.
it's a
I
good
don't think it's
question.
bad.
Is the
Yeah.
true Halo fans still out there, or the God of War fans is out there coming trying to stomp? That'll be that'll be a dope like head-on collision right there.
That'll
That's
probably
how
never happen.
I
It'll
know.
probably never happen because you never see any big franchises from any company ever released at the same day. and
Yeah, but that would be dope.
there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that.
To see who. Yeah, you don't want the other one losing money.
That conflict of interest.
Yeah, conflict of interest. But I'm just throwing it out there. This is just some just thrown out there. Y'all let
Yeah,
me know
yeah.
in the comment
That
section.
Ghost has every right to do.
Rise of Ninja said Halo quick. Oh snap!
Listen, we may be, hey, Dead Rising Ninja. We may be crazy, but we ain't stupid.
He said Halo. The Halo fans are out there. But yo, man, Hebot, you got anything to say?
No, man, I think we've spoken enough. I've definitely spoken enough.
Oh,
I feel bad.
every time I chill and we hang out and we do this, I enjoy it every time, my brother.
And I'm very humbled and very glad that I had someone so kind like yourself, like others in the industry and the community, that gave me a chance to get to know me, to give me a time to shine and show who I really am. Because most people don't really give me that chance. Okay, to be honest, they just think I'm this and that's it. And those that follow me actually know really who I am, and they misconstrue what I say and think that I'm just about being negative or a hater or always trying to have a shitty attitude. No, it's just I don't like BS, and I've been dealing with it, especially from the Sony side, since the Sega Saturn era. And even before that with some other stuff with Nintendo. So this is nothing new to me. I said to people many times, console warring is healthy for gaming as long as it's done right. It existed since it started. If that wasn't the case, then when the PS4 was dropped and they made the announcement, and this is how we play our games, and they passed that disc, remember
Yeah,
when Yoshida did that
definitely.
With Adam Boyce? If that wasn't the case, they
I
would
ain't
have
gonna
never
lie.
done that.
He did that when he passed that, bro. It was like
Yeah, he
I'm
smacked
gonna go
Xbox
back,
in the face.
take it back to the
Yeah.
old DirectX, y'all. When I used to
Hmm.
go like that, and I ain't woofing me, used to go with the Street
Hmm.
Fighter punches.
Hmm.
We just got hit with one of those when your
But
shit
why they smacked Xbox? They smacked X. Yeah, they smacked Xbox in the face. They
lose.
smacked Xbox in the face because they knew Xbox was in a position that they just couldn't change it, even if they wanted to, because the console was built that way to work with the Connect and where it only read online. And to be honest, Microsoft was doing it to protect the developers because places like GameStop were hurting them. Okay.
Let me tell you something, bot. Yoshida said, Hadouken! They didn't care. They came at everything Microsoft did good. The media and Yoshida said, Hadouken! Hadouken! They was they was breaking Microsoft stuff. Without nothing, they had indies, nigga. He said, yo, this is how you play your games. Yo, he violated. Why you
But
don't
you
like
know why though, right? You know
he
why,
violated,
right?
he violated.
You
10
know why, Ghost?
gamer. He had
You
they did their
you know,
marketing smooth, my nigga.
but you know why, right, Ghost? You know why, right?
They OD
Because
generation, son.
because saying something like this is how you share your games, I just lend it to you and you can play it. It's so easy to anybody. Anybody can understand that, right?
Yo,
Right? But explaining something like DRM to somebody that just wants to play a game is very difficult. You have to break it down. And here's the kicker. Sony started DRM on consoles on the PS3. It wasn't Microsoft. Okay? And nobody called them out on it. But when Microsoft mentioned it for the favor and the better good of the developers in the industry, Microsoft were the monsters. That's why I never looked at Microsoft's reveal as a horrible thing. I always looked at it as a misunderstood presentation because
It went wrong, man.
you can't teach a casual the fundamentals and the ideas of what gaming is and why it would help gaming. You understand? But you can show a casual, hey, here's my disc, go put it on your console and play it. That's easy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why it worked for them. Because you said it. Them motherfuckers had indies. And they still Toto slapped the shit out of Xbox with 12 exclusives. How the hell?
Yo, we had Titanfall. We had
Yeah.
dope. They had indies, man. They was talking smack, son. And they
You
still.
had Ride Son of Rome, and they were playing fucking Resogun, my nigga.
I don't understand how. I give it to the ponies out there, bro.
It's like we were in the Twilight Zone. We were
Yo,
like in the Twilight Zone episode
Take
and shit.
one
Like, what
thing,
the?
bro. Yo, Sony gave them a turd, and they made that
Mhm.
turd into a Lambo, boy. They
Yeah,
don't
well,
They don't back down.
it
They
was
don't back down, bro. When I tell you, bot, they
the
don't.
different. The
They
difference between Sony and Xbox fans is Sony fans appreciate anything they get.
what?
So they're
Yo,
brand loyalists.
They said we
But
got.
Xbox fans, we don't appreciate shit, bro. Look how we got Halo 5 and all they said was, but wait a second. We
Yep.
didn't play as Master Chief enough. Like, what the fuck? The game made sense and it was awesome.
This generation, Xbox dudes was bugging out. They'll
Yeah.
get Gears of War game. Yo, I don't like it. PlayStation's starving for games. I don't like it.
hmm
It's too much A button. What? What the fuck? Yo, it's too much war bouncing. What? Too much war bouncing? That's what Gears is. Yo, hold on. But did you see that PlayStation?
Yo, my nigga,
Yeah.
that's like saying you play Mario Odyssey and they say, no, it's too much Mario. I don't want that shit.
Yo,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah, man.
Yo, why you didn't like Mario Odyssey? Well, too much Mario, bro. I couldn't stand it.
Word. Yo,
Right.
I
Well,
understood that, man. Yo,
they don't make no fucking sense.
Man, I'm telling you, Halo's trash because of lock.
Mhm.
No reality.
Mhm.
Like, come on, bro.
Mhm.
Like, stop it. Like,
It was
lock,
part of the story. It made perfect sense.
story. It was dope. It was. I liked it. The concept.
Yeah, me too.
But
And then
you
the ending?
it's too
The ending was fucking hype beast.
Oh, Halo's the truth. But I don't
Yeah.
want to walk real slow trying to shoot you. I
Yeah,
like,
yeah, Halo was the ending of Halo 5 was hype beast, bro.
yeah, man. I'm not trying to walk up to you trying to shoot you. Like, come on, bro. That was the past. Halo. That's what started Halo. But
Yeah,
Halo,
they evolved it. They evolved it.
evolve with the times for your fan guys out there. You're stuck back at the first two, one and two Halos or three. Yo, times are evolving. Get with the Halo program. Gears
You
is
want-
evolving. Stop.
The same thing is you want more. You want more new players to come and play it too. That's the other thing. They don't want just the same old people playing it. That's why when you look at Nintendo,
I don't
every
like
time
that.
them,
The Lancer's too OP. What? Motherfucker, now you shooting niggas up. Like, what do you think a assault rifle does?
yo, that's why when you look at Nintendo, and they sell their games, right? The only game that always guaranteed to do well, the same game that they always done well forever: Zelda, Mario, Mario Party, Mario Kart, all with Mario. Then you go look at Astro Chain, Ultimate Alliance 3 that was exclusive, right? That shit ain't sell. Bayonetta 2, they released it twice on two consoles, still didn't sell. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't get it, bro. I
Bro,
don't
it's
get it. Yo,
retarded.
let me tell you something. Shout outs to Mr. Kima. I know they got comments down there. Riz Biz, thank you for stopping by, my brother.
We gotta have Mr. Keem on the show one day, man.
I told him that anytime, my brother. I told him just like that.
He's
Anytime.
been supporting everybody in the fucking
He's one of
community
the
since
OGs.
day one.
It's too. I ain't gonna lie. Riz
That
Biz,
man never get shouted out, never get any,
shout out to
never
y'all, bro. Riz Biz, Mr. Kima.
anything, bro.
All your guys. This other Zinc, he been here for a while. Like, he show up. Thanks for showing love, bro. I was gonna tell you, Riz Biz said, he says, The Last of Us 2 is a cancer. Amen, my brother. It is. Yo, but laugh out loud, Locke doesn't have a personality. He did when he hooked get Master Chief ass when they was going at it. They was wrong. But I ain't gonna lie, Chief looked the other way like he got duff. Like, what?
I said the
sit
It
around.
it made sense for the story.
But people gotta understand.
It made sense for the story.
Think
You
about it.
know.
Y'all complained about Master Chief getting punched in the face by Locke and Locke going after Master Chief, but y'all ain't complaining really about a diesel chick. There's a transsexual with a wee wee. I don't get it. And you running around
Look,
with product arms, looking like the
look.
lady. I mean, the man for GameStop talking about it's ma'am, it's ma'am.
The only reason
She do look
Halo,
like that
the only
character.
reason Master Chief got punched in the face by Locke is because Master Chief was not going to kill Locke. Master Chief is
Of
way stronger
course,
than Locke.
everybody knows Master
He
Chief
know
can
Locke is
rock,
a human
but
being,
you got
and
these fanboys out
he
there that
had
go
no
crazy.
beef.
Like,
He
chill.
had no beef with Locke. He knew Locke was there on orders, but Locke had no clue why he was there, what he was doing with his crew. And Master Chief also knew that. So he fought him, but he held back because Master Chief know he's a human. He was gonna kill
Exactly.
that boy. He was gonna destroy him.
Master
But
Chief would have did him dirty, bro.
anybody with some common sense that's an adult that follows the lore and been playing the games knows that's what was going on. It wasn't to insult Chief. It wasn't to demonize Chief's character or act like he was on the same level as Chief.
Master Chief
No.
is old, but he's strong. Think about that. How old Master Chief
My
must be?
nigga,
But I'm gonna
the
tell you like
more
this: Master Chief is a monster. He bought, and I'm gonna tell you like
Mhm,
this: he didn't want to hurt Locke or Locke's team. But what's
mhm,
dope about it is at the end, you and Locke,
mhm.
you and Master Chief as Locke, you're going together to go do your
Yeah,
thing, bro. Like
that's
people
what
are
I
getting
said.
over that Microsoft let you get another sequel. Like, why
I
do
said
people try to bash it? Oh no, it's not made by Bungie. It's 343, mother. I'm just
that's what
putting
I'm
that.
saying.
That's half a Bungie. Some people left it, some people stood. And
Yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
complain about it. Ever since
Hmm.
343 took over, they messed up Halo. Go Bungie. You fool. Half of them stood and half of them left. What are you talking about? That's what I don't understand about people. I just feel like
Right,
a
right.
lot of them be PlayStation dudes, make them leave the Xbox dudes just to have something to say. All I
Okay,
know is this. If
real
you
quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Rizbit said, Heba, you're a liar. Okay, Rizbit, please, my brother, elaborate. What do you mean? What am I lying about? Please, I would love to know. Let's see if he answers. Unless he left already. I don't know.
Oh my God! Shout outs to Dakota Vodka for this one. He said now Halo YouTubers make videos about how they hate the art style. Their work. What? Because of a suit, you should be happy that they making suits, man. What? Come
Yeah,
on,
they
bro. Like what?
plus
Yo,
plus
they
the
find the weirdest things. Just enjoy the game.
yeah, any
I'm just trying to hurt stuff. Like
that's because people get spoiled with one thing. Their mindset gets stuck with that one thing, and then the funny thing is they'll call somebody like me, right? Like you see how Rizbis called me a liar, right? I don't know why, but he called me a liar. There's people out there that say, "Oh, you're not real. You're not a real gamer. You don't care about gaming, right?" But yeah, I'm mature enough that even though I grew up in the beginning of gaming, I could still play something new and appreciate it for what it is. I can see the value or what it has to offer. The same way I can point out if I like something, if I don't. But I do it with respect. I try to do it with integrity, with honesty. I try to do it with style, right? I don't just do it to be for the sake of doing it, just to be a hater. No, I do it because there's principles to everything in life, right? Everything. A hobby, how you carry your life, how you treat your family, how you work at your job place, right? Everything in life has a structure and there's a way of doing things. And that's how I always try to present myself. For those who may not know me and or do know me and follow me, right? Um, and I don't understand how they'll say that about me, but yeah, I could play a Mario Odyssey, enjoy it for what it is, but realize the game's good, but it's Mario. It's the same thing we've been getting for what for 35 years, right? They can't make a bad Mario game because they've done so many,
they
and
done so
they have so much experience. They can't fuck it up. You see what I'm saying? They can't fuck it up. But yet, I can play something like, let's say, like let me throw something completely out of nowhere that people probably wouldn't expect. I could play something like Hidden Ninja, right, or Hidden Dragon on the PSN, or Shadow of the Beast, old school retro shit, and still enjoy it for what it is, even though it's not on another console. But realize it's there because either Sony published it or because it's Sony's property, right? The same way I could say Persona 5 shouldn't be on Sony's platform only or Nintendo because it's not owned by neither one of them. It's owned by Atlas, and it's owned, I think, now by Sega as well, and some other people involved. And it's never been developed or published by either Nintendo or Sony. Meaning, Sony and Nintendo didn't pay them money to develop the game or to publish it. They just put it there as an exclusive because the console is more Japanese centric, right? Because it sells better in Japan, right? For example, or even China, let's say, whatever, right? As an example, again, as an example. So their audiences like more of those Japanese style IPs, right? And properties. And they fail to remember that the whole existence of the Japanese market getting as big as it did was because of Americans playing Nintendo, the NES, and the Sega Master System, which 95% of their library was Japanese games. And through the years, we've
That's a
always
lot of
embraced,
history you're teaching right now.
and throughout the years, we've always embraced their Japanese culture
Hell yeah.
and anime, movies, whatever, the kung fu flicks.
Especially
We
anime.
grew up,
Kung
we
Fu
grew up with
flicks.
kung fu
Crazy.
flicks on Sunday
What?
nights
I was
with our
young.
fathers watching them shits. You know what I'm saying?
What?
That's how it's always been. But yet they act as if
Hey, Bob,
Xbox gamers,
remember the
because
Kung Fu
it's
flips where their lips move and they don't even match up with the words?
hey, what are you doing? I don't know. Hey, you see that? Yeah, of course, because the
You
voice
got
dubbing,
of cool or something like that. Let's just say.
yeah, the dubbing was horrible.
That was
But yet they want to act like Xbox gamers because Microsoft is a American console. Don't embrace the games when they don't put them there. You see what I'm saying? They don't
Yeah.
put them there. But yet you see Final Fantasy 15. You saw Kingdom Hearts. You saw Resident Evil. You saw Devil May Cry 5. You saw Dragon Ball Fighters. All these games have done exceptionally well on Xbox
And
because
when
there's an
people understand,
audience.
They stick with it. They stick with each other.
Yeah, there's
They
an
like
audience.
embrace this thing. It's just
They're
as an audience,
nationalistic. That's what it is.
yeah,
The
they
word is
stick
called
with their
nationalistic.
products. So it's Japanese product. Nintendo's what? Japanese product. When you look at the end of the
Oh yeah,
day,
yeah. Other Zinc is right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right about that. Other Zinc. That Joseph Staten. Yeah, he's
yeah,
been there from the original. He's still there now. Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right.
yeah,
Absolutely right. So what he's saying, Other Zinc is basically saying, if Joseph Staten, the original creator, agree with what kind of direction they've gone, is because he liked what they were doing. And Other Zinc, shout outs to you because that's one of the most uh, compelling comments in this show that we had tonight. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
yes.
And a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, they go around. It's not the same word. Like they were saying, like, look, Other Zinc. It was like when they were saying, oh, Bungie left because they don't want to give Bungie creative freedom. Microsoft wants to dictate developers and this and this and that. And then
Exactly.
it came out all these years later. It came out that none of that was true. None of it.
You
But
got
yet
people
now,
making up stuff.
now with the debacle of Uncharted, right? To go back, or of Naughty Dog with Last of Us, going back to the topic we started with. Now everybody's trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Everybody's like, oh, damage controlling. Oh wait, we don't know. We don't work for the industry. We need to wait until it actually comes out, and we know 100%. Which is the same thing Xbox dude said about Bungie. That was never validated. That was never proven. That's always been behind closed doors. It's a rumor. We don't know. But it was different then. You saw 1,000 videos about it on YouTube and in the community, people popping shit. But now that it's The Last of Us, we're not. Oh no, oh no, no,
Exactly.
no. Oh my god, oh my god. I love their dick up my ass. You can't talk about them. You crazy? No, you can't do
Better
that. You
watch it,
can't.
Bob. Better watch it. What you just said.
Yeah,
Right? You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
what
No,
happened
I'm saying how the responsible people be saying.
the mom.
You can't do that right there. It just shows and proves the double standard and the mentality of the gaming community that we're in right now.
Yeah.
You can't do that. That's
Well,
hypocrisy at its highest.
I could have
Yeah.
sworn in one of them leaks. This is the Ghost Rider leak. Abby came out there and said these 24-inch pythons.
Oh, you stupid. You're so stupid.
Look at these. You know what, brother? These 24 inches pythons. I could have
In
sworn.
a Hulk Hogan voice or in a Randy Macho Man voice?
Oh yeah. Snap it
Uh,
to a Slim Jim.
back into a Slim Jim.
Yo,
That's
but
funny.
yo,
Kung Fu Saturday. You're right, Kima.
that is
You're
true.
right, Mr. Kima. That's right. All our pops had that Kung Fu Saturday after baseball most of the time. I remember them shits. This shit was crazy.
Word.
And they were good movies, man. They were classics, man. We watch them shits today and we don't give a fuck how old they look, how corny and cheesy they look. We fucking still love them till today. It's a fact. It's a fact. We embraced that culture many years ago. That's why I don't know why there's so much disparity with them against us now, as with Microsoft being an American company. It's just crazy. Microsoft pretty much got to keep kissing ass to establish relationships, and the only reason they're being more lenient now is because they're making money up front, like Fantasy Star Online. Why do you think that got on Game Pass first? Because Microsoft paid a nice amount of money to put it there.
That's like
If
when
that would have been Sony, they would have gave that shit them for free. Oh, go ahead, you can have it. But they saw the money, they needed it. Sega needs money. They're not doing like they used to do back in the day. So they're like, all right, put it there. And then what happened? When they saw the money come in, they put Yakuza and the other Yakuza. Eventually, probably all the Yakuza will be there. But the point is, how many years it took? Damn near 15, 17 years. And
yeah,
that's what I get mad, but people don't call that out.
they don't call it out, but
No, look, and the Kingdom Hearts too.
why you think Phil said it? Like it's kind of sad when he cringes when Japanese
Yeah.
games come to Xbox. Like it's
He
not
said it
important.
makes me cringe.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
me cringe because they putting it over there. And shout outs to you and J Long that said it. Those are Japanese
hmm
handouts.
Yeah,
That's
J
what
Love
kept
said
the
that a long
PlayStation
time
4.
ago.
Yeah, that's what kept the PlayStation 4 afloat. But you know how it is when it comes to our podcast, we never say nothing true. It's got to be other
hmm No,
podcasts.
no, it's because we have an agenda behind it,
Exactly.
or
J
hate.
Long was the first one
hmm
saying this a long time ago. My boy,
See,
they ain't doing videos no more because of the
see,
bull crap that's been
I,
going on.
I
It's,
wanna. Well, he got tired of people just cancers on his shit,
yeah.
being cancers on his shit. That's what he got tired of. He got tired of people always trolling him, bothering him because he was an Xbox fan. He got tired of it. Some people can handle it, some people can't. J Lo can handle it.
Saying the truth.
But here's my point. My biggest, and we could end the show with that, Ghost, because I
Okay,
know we've been going on for a while, and you got to go to work,
definitely.
and I don't want to keep on, because you know us, we can talk for 5 hours. That's how we do. You know how we do.
I
So
enjoy this, and this is what I enjoy. Like
yeah, so do I, of course.
speaking my
But
opinions,
you
and
got
then
to go to,
talking
you
like
know,
two grown men, two grown gamers, man, speaking our mind right now. What a
right.
wonderful, wonderful, wonderful
Topics, yeah, yeah, topics
topic,
and
man.
subjects. And we're doing it the way it's
People that
supposed to be
show
dealt
love
with.
to us are really showing love to us. They are
Right, right, right,
laughing out and rocking out with us, and I give
right,
them
right,
all a big shout outs, man.
right. Which is
Hey,
not easy, because for you to sit here and listen to people talk, it's not an easy thing. It's not.
we are
So
not
we
cancer
without you guys,
YouTube. We not
we're nobodies. Right.
exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter. It counts that you guys are here. But what I wanted to say to end the show, right? And not that it's I'm hosting it and that I'm the boss. So please forgive me. That's not what I mean.
No, go ahead,
It's
buddy.
because I know it's getting late. It's been 2:21, and so like damn near 11 o'clock already. And I want you to get some rest, and I know you'll be gaming before you do anyway. So anyway, um, what I don't understand is why this generation, right? Where that idea even came from, where yeah, you can like and talk good about Sony, or let's say Nintendo, right? Whether it's in a podcast, a video, social media, doesn't matter. But as soon as you talk about Xbox, it's wrong. It's bad. If you don't like Xbox, you don't have to listen to Xbox podcasts, or to an Xbox video on YouTube, or to an Xbox guy talking and comment on Twitter. It's that simple. So why is it so? Where did they get the notion and the idea? It's bad to talk about Xbox, but it's okay to talk about Nintendo and Sony. I don't get that, and I would love for somebody to give me that answer. Because I answered a stupid answer like, "Oh, because Microsoft, they were trying to control us." I'm a donkey slap you because it's stupid. That's not what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Because if that's what they were trying to do, they would have been stopped. They would have cut off the console, stopped making it, stopped production, and just called quits on this generation. And they didn't do that. They clearly showed that they cared. Microsoft don't need Xbox money to survive. They're Microsoft. They got other venues they can dominate, just like Apple does, or just like Amazon does. So that's what my $1 million question would be. Why is that? Since when and why it became where oh, you can't talk about Xbox because it's bad. Then you can't talk about it. That's blasphemy. Like that's just retarded. That's
Yes.
what I wanted. That's what I wanted to say.
Well, y'all heard him. Thank you
Mm.
everyone that stopped by to listen to me and my brother Hebot
Yes, for
speak
sure.
our opinions
Absolutely.
and talk about the leaks that's been going on
Yeah.
for a couple of days now. Thank you guys, Dakota Vodka, for the rest of the guys, Other Zinc. I
Yes,
want to give you
sir.
shout outs, Mr. Kima. I want to give also a shout out Riz Biz for showing up, man, showing love, man. That's what's up. Dead
Hmm.
Rising Ninja, you too. Sega
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
brother. Next time, hopefully you get on the show with us, my brother.
The haters, Rohan
Oh, thank
Star.
you for stopping by, Jay Dizzle. You got on Dirt Gritty. You already
They're
know.
Griggity.
Kurt Simmons. Shout outs to you. I know you had to call, you had to leave and drop out because you.
Sega Man. Sega
Yeah,
Forever. Everyone. Yeah.
Sega
These are
Forever.
our brothers, man. They're our
Great
brothers.
Star, your Nintendo behind. Glad you stopped by too.
Always negative, but he always stops by. He's
He stops
faithful.
by to say
He's a faithful.
His
He's a
little
faithful.
Nintendo shots. Bah, he got a
And you
little.
know what? I don't even hate him for liking Nintendo. That's his shit, man. If he
Nah,
liked it,
man,
he liked it. Who
nothing wrong
cares?
with Nintendo. I just
The
like it.
fuck cares?
I just like when he attacks with his
The
little.
thing is that he thinks that I haven't played none of the Nintendo games, and I own the Switch. I got all their exclusives. That shit was make me laugh.
I know that's what makes me laugh too, bro. But hey, guys, thanks for dropping by, and God bless all of y'all, man.
That's
Remember,
right.
stay safe, wear gloves and a mask. Man.
Yeah,
I understand it's getting
yeah.
a little hot out there, and a lot of people's losing their minds, going crazy.
Getting
Yeah, getting
getting
tickets.
getting that cabin fever. But look, conspiracy or no conspiracy, whether you want to believe it's true or not,
Be
we
careful.
have to protect ourselves. And the smart thing to do is do what's right for us and our
Protect
family.
the families, yeah, because
Everything else don't fucking matter.
you
At
can
least
have it.
until
Don't
all
hold
this
it in
blows
your heart.
over,
Family's sake.
until right, until all this blows over, the right thing to do is for us just to be smart and worry about our family and ourselves because a lot of people have died, and that's 100% true. We can't deny that, you know,
Yeah,
and that's sad, man. We lost a lot of good people in such a short period of time. A lot of good people.
yeah, we did, man.
Ghost, love you, baby boy. It's been a pleasure and an honor, like always, my brother.
Like always, man. Thanks, Hebot, for stopping by and rocking out with me. Don't forget to subscribe to Hebot, man, and your boy Ghost Rider 730, man. We'll definitely appreciate that. God bless y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.